let's rock.
Jimmy Juice Podcast, man.
Let's go.
Figgy Fig, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rockett, born and raised in the H-Town, Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go. In the jacuzzi, smoking threats, I got my feet up. Cut them haters off, I told them beat it. I don't need you. Spend 50 racks in cash, but it's all good, I got my visa. This rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa. My ghetto, nine Keisha. I beat it like a creature. She always like my sneakers. These Jordan 5 pink aces. Let's go. I'm knocking them down, back in the row. He be the one, but they already know. Don't know my chains, go put on the show.
Giving up gins, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. I need it back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10-toe down on the pavement. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Let's go. Gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone if we still consider the Astros cheaters? Fuck y'all.
I caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening.
Where the bitches at?
I caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
This nigga's scared. Ain't nobody scared, man. I just told you I didn't just that shit.
I told you, he did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
Guilty as fuck.
You what we call a tender dick nigga. You what we call a tender dick nigga.
Oh man.
Plane out to Cleveland late last evening.
Yes. We are back. Had to hit all the jobs. Look, it's a funny thing. Me and Figgy had a conversation last podcast about how maybe we should take the Astros stuff out because it was looking like they was gonna miss the playoffs or at least get in the wild card game. Hey man, they proved us wrong. They done got in by the skin of their teeth, but they got into the playoffs. They won a division, and now we look like some damn haters for not believing in them.
Hey, we still good so far, man. We still good. We still good, man. We got a good chance right now.
Still accurate. Hey, we probably gotta edit it though. We gotta put some CJ Stroud in there, man.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. I don't think it's too early now. You think it's too early now?
No. Let's get into that. Fuck it now. Yeah. Let's get into that right now, man. Because now I'm hyped and excited for Houston sports. Jim the Juice podcast. You know what it is, man. Ryan Rockett, Figgy Fig, back at it, doing the damn thing. A lot to talk about in this podcast. A new Drake album drop. We're gonna break that down in a minute. A lot of other stuff going on in hip hop and culture and sports. All that stuff we usually talk about. We're gonna talk about it today. But for now, to satisfy, and we got to wait for all the Texans fans to get in because I know they're gonna come in later and be like, "Did y'all talk about the Texans yet?" So we doing it now, and it's sorry if you missing it because we starting off with it, but I'm excited, so we go into that right now. So let's talk about it, man. The Texans handily beat the Steelers. CJ Stroud is looking like the man. He's getting all this national attention. Eyeballs are looking, man. Eyeballs are looking nationwide. Everybody looking at this QB draft class. And wait a minute, CJ Stroud suddenly is ahead of the pack by far, without question. You know, he's getting interviewed on the Pat McAfee show. He's getting nationwide attention. He's getting looks on the major sports shows. Everybody talking about him. And the Texans are looking like a dark horse, man. They're looking like a dark horse to make some noise and maybe win a division, maybe get in the playoffs, maybe make a little noise, man. I don't know, especially when this line get healthy, especially when everybody come back and is at full power and full strength. I don't know. Figgy, what do you think about this Houston Texans team so far and their win last week against the Steelers. Number one, you were there at the game, right?
Yes, I was there.
Okay. What was the energy like, man?
The energy was up, man, because it was JJ Watt Day. He got inducted into the Texans Ring of Honor. So it was a lot of positive vibes, a lot of love around. But the one thing that bothered me a little bit, and it's credit to them too, because they travel well, but Steelers fans was they
yeah.
It was very uncomfortable, but I will say they travel well as the Dallas Cowboys fans.
Mhm.
So I wasn't too upset with it, but it's still troubling, man, because a lot of people, man, this is one thing I hate too. I get it, but I hate it at the same time. So a lot of people that are season ticket holders, this game was a very popular game, and I'm sure the sales went up through the roof on this game. And a lot of people that got season tickets probably sold their tickets to like Steeler fans and stuff like that.
Yeah,
was coming in, and I understand, man, make that money, but it still sucked because it's like, damn, like this crowd is like 60% Steeler fans, man, and it sounded like a home game. But the good thing is, I felt like it didn't affect the Texans on the field, so they kind of sent them packing early. And I listened to most of the game with Mark Vandermeer, like.
Mhm.
And they were hyped, man. They were on one, man. They were
Yeah.
feeling it. Andre Ware was calling out right. We felt like he was talking to John Lopez. We actually talked about that on the show too, because
the haters.
Yeah, because I didn't realize. I guess Lopez at some point said Damian Pierce ain't the same running back from last year.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what Andre Ware addressed. So I'm like, oh, he talking about you.
Yeah, he kind of went in. Andre Ware, he's been on one this season, man. I'll say that much. And it was funny because he actually had to call the game because Mark Vandermeer did the halftime thing with JJ Watt, so he had to leave before the end of the second quarter, before halftime started.
Okay.
So it was actually Andre Ware doing play-by-play and John Harris on the sideline doing color commentary for a couple plays. And it was funny because it was looking like the Texans were going to score a touchdown. And I just know I didn't talk to Mark about it, but I know he was upset because I know he wants to be like on every Texans big play call.
Yeah.
And I know he was seething, going down like, oh shit, something big's about to happen. I'm gonna miss it. But it was fun. It was a fun atmosphere for the booth and everything.
Yeah.
Everybody working, man.
Yeah, it was a blast, man. I think they needed this win. Now, Pittsburgh, they're not that good as far as a roster. So, but I did think it would be like a low scoring game and they'd be in it.
Yeah.
Just strictly off of Mike Tomlin. But that game wasn't even close, man. they pretty much embarrassed the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm super excited, man. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Stroud is the man. Look, I hate to say it, man. I know Deshaun Watson was dynamic his first couple games here until he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I have a better feeling about this situation than I did the Deshaun situation, man. It seemed like the arrow is pointed straight up, man. Like this ain't even the beginning of it. I mean, this is before the beginning, man. Ain't nobody expect this. So I think it could get better than this. So I'm super excited, man.
Yeah, me too, man. I was trying to play cautious. I didn't want to get my hopes up last week. I was like, let's see what happens this week. Like I said, it was a game they should win on paper, but I just wasn't sure. And honestly, in the history of the Texans, they tend to lose games like this, man. These big games where something important is going on, and it's a team you think they could be able to beat, but then something just goes horribly wrong and they can't recover. But fucking man, I've seen enough. I've bought in on CJ Stroud, man. He's the man. He's the man. Deshaun who? Hey. I'm over it, man. He's like the ex that you don't forgot about once because you got a badder bitch.
Yeah, for real, man.
You're like, why was I even chipping over that girl, man?
Yeah.
So it's over.
Yeah, and look, man. Let's be. They got lucky on this, man.
Yeah.
This was luck because I thought it was gonna be a minute before they found the quarterback as good as Deshaun, and it only took like what 2 years. It took 2 years to get a quarterback, and he looked like he the franchise quarterback and had the potential to be better in all ways. Like that's the thing. CJ Stroud, the thing between Deshaun Watson and CJ Stroud, Deshaun was a little more flashy and he'd give you the highlight reels, like plays that you'll never see ever. But CJ Stroud, to me, I just felt like he just put the ball where it needs to be. He's smooth with it. He's not reckless. Because Deshaun Watson, he got a lot of crazy plays, good plays, but he also got some bad, crazy plays where you, oh my God, like, why you ain't throw the ball away? I feel like you won't get that from CJ Stroud. So I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited. And even if the Texans don't make the playoffs or anything, let's say they still have an okay year, but they don't make it. They still got a first round pick next year. You can look, man. I'm super excited. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but dog, I'm super excited, man. This team is fun to watch.
They are, man. And it's been a long time since we could say that. My whole thing is I watch football as any entertainment. I just want to see fun games. I want to see scoring. I don't want to see a low scoring defensive just bullshit going on. I want to see scoring. I don't see highlights. And you get that right now with this Texans team, man. You got explosive players like Nico Collins and Tank Dell just flying over the field, making crazy plays, man. CJ Stroud just getting better and better every game. You can see him fixing his mistakes and just learning as he goes. That's crucial, man. So I'm very excited now. I'm bought in on CJ Stroud, man. Fuck it. All the reservations are gone. Fuck it. He's already fuck it. Everybody else is a bust. Okay. Anthony Richardson bust. Everybody is a bust but him in this draft class. Bryce is a bust. We off that now. CJ Stroud is the future of the NFL, man. And I'm here for it. So very, very good win, very important win for the team, man. I love to hear it was funny because we did the locker room interview. And you could tell, I don't know what they were. It might have been the young boy or something playing in the locker room after the win, dog. The bass was turned way loud up, and it was just crazy, man. And Mark said something on the call. He was like, whenever the bass is that loud, it was a good win. Some shit. So I liked it. I like that vibe with the team, man. I like the way CJ is talking. Look. When a rookie quarterback is playing well, like that's the most real you'll get them in these conferences, man. I feel like it was the same with Deshaun. Like the best, we really bought into him with those conferences and the stuff he was saying after the games. And when you're a rookie, like this is that special time when you get the most genuine version of that player.
Yeah. Yep.
And where they're still new to the NFL, they still remember not having shit. They still remember being a fan. So they know how we feel as fans. They're not jaded yet. They haven't been booed. They haven't gotten the media criticism. So we got to enjoy this while it lasts, man.
Yeah.
Because he might not be like this forever.
Yeah.
In terms of what he says about the fans and the media and all that. So
yeah. I
gotta appreciate
it. I think he's super genuine, man, because I ain't gonna front. I thought Deshaun was genuine too.
Yeah.
And he could be, I don't know, but it seemed like CJ Stroud is not really media trained. He's not like a robot, because a lot of these players are like robots where they say the same thing. Yeah, we want to put on for our fans, and we got to play to our best of our ability. It seemed like they just went to a class to say this in front of the media.
Yeah.
Don't be yourself. It seemed like CJ is himself. He like, man, I want to win for the fans, man. I'll be mad with my team lose. He's just like real open and honest.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, like, so early on, remember it took a while for them to put CJ up at the podium. I wonder why they was kind of holding back a little bit. It's because it seemed like they was trying to protect them a little bit.
Could probably.
But I don't know. Like, I know that's the past, but like, nah, he really seemed genuine.
Yeah.
It seemed like he's not like media trained where you got to say all these cliches and the same stuff every other quarterback say. So I'm happy, man.
Me too, man.
I'm also glad that Ohio State quarterbacks ain't never any.
Yeah, we got to call who was that talking that mess? It might have been Drunk, maybe. I think it was Drunk in these who was telling us on our podcast that I don't know about these OSU quarterbacks, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
They never pan out in the NFL. I'm like, man, what difference does that make, dog?
yeah,
So finally, that narrative has been. I mean, I know it's still early, but it seems like that narrative has been put to rest now. We see he's balling.
yeah.
So
Speaking of too early, man, I gotta say, I was looking at some stats of the top 5 or top 10 quarterbacks. I guess touchdowns wise, and I think it's like C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields. They like right behind each other as far as like throwing touchdowns or something like that. So Ohio State on them. Right now, we got to put Ohio State on the map as far as the quarterback school.
I didn't see the Bears game this week, but I thought that Justin Fields is doing better, man.
His last games was pretty
these
good.
past couple of games, he's been improving. Everybody's ready to write him off after the first game. You know, he looked like ass, and to be fair, he looked like ass all last season, pretty much, except against the Texans. But he looked like ass pretty much all season.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad to see him bounce back and look good on national TV, man. So, shit, I'm happy for it, man. It's a good look. Happy for the city. Happy for everybody who's rooting for this Texans team. It's I don't know. It's a good feeling to be excited about Houston sports. You know, we got the Rockets. I don't know how they're gonna look, but hopefully, you know, we got a hopefully Amen or Amen, however you say his fucking name. Hopefully it works out, man. Hopefully we have all our Houston teams on the up and up this year.
Hey, if you look at Rockets Twitter and our boy Walker, Kevin Walker, man, Amen Thompson look like Jesus Christ. No wonder his name Amen.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ with a basketball, man.
But I mean, they said this. I mean, Rockets Twitter, it's hard to take them seriously, man, because I feel like they still feel that way about Jalen Green. And I'm like, look, at some point we got to be honest about this dude, man. He ain't the future of the team. I think he'll be a solid role player. But the way they was hyping him up like he was gonna be Kobe too.
Yeah.
And he is not gonna be that, dog. Let's be real.
Yeah. I think been getting the pass. He only been getting the pass because of the coach. So now you got a real coach. You got a real good coach. So it'd be interesting to see how he plays. So
yeah,
I don't
know, man. I think look, I don't want to sound sus. I know I'm gonna get a Ayo from Mason Cameron, but I feel like people give him a pass because they think he handsome, dog. I feel like that has something to do with the leeway they've been giving him. If you look like Draymond Green, I feel like we want to trade this dude pronto. But so that's just my thought on it, man. Because even my mom be making comments when she was looking at the game, because I was at the game once and she was trying to see if she could see me. She's like, "Who's that pretty dude on the team?" I'm like, "I already know you're talking about. You're talking about Jalen Green, huh?" So, so I don't know, man. We'll see how that team looks, but it's looking good for the Astros and the Texans. Good to hear. I don't know, just excited for the football season. Now, I got to admit though, because everybody's talking about how it's crazy that the Texans don't have a nationally televised game, and people are wondering and kind of hoping that the Texans get flexed in at some point. I don't think they can flex until pretty late in the season, but people are wondering if the Texans keep it up, will they get flexed, you know, for one of these shitty teams. Now, I think the Jets might have some more primetime games that they got to get rid of.
Yeah.
So, I gotta be honest, man. I don't want them to get flexed.
Me either, man.
For a primetime game.
Me either.
Mainly because I don't want to work it, but not just that, okay? Not just that. I feel like the Texans should stay low and build.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
Stay quiet. Stay quiet. Everybody just shh. Remember the memes a few years ago about staying low and build? Stay low and build with your girl. Stay off the gram. This Texans team got to stay low and build, bro. Everybody keep it on the low. Keep it on the down low, like the great. No, I'm not gonna say the great R. Kelly, but R. Kelly said,
Yeah.
keep it on the down low, man.
Lay low like Nate Dogg.
Keep it on the down low. Don't make a big spectacle of it. Just creep into the division, win the division, and then the spotlight will be on and take everybody by surprise.
See, the thing is, man, the spotlight is low key on us already, man. Like, CJ on Pat McAfee, D'Amico Ryan's on Pardon My Take. These players are all over the place, man. They the crush. They the flavor of the month right now.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard. I don't think they're gonna get flexed in so far, but next year they definitely gonna have some prime time games, or at least a Thursday night football.
Oh, definitely.
You know what? I'm surprised they don't have a Thursday night football. I thought every team have one.
No, they changed that.
Yeah.
I think they changed that pretty recently. So now you don't have to. It's not a requirement for every team to have a Thursday night or whatever game. So I wasn't mad at it, man. Number one, I think it's just way more convenient. Not even just from a working perspective. Like it's good to just know your team is playing on noon every Sunday.
Yeah.
Easier to make plans around it. Just Thursday games are weird, man. It's weird to attend a Thursday game. People got to work and shit. So it's an awkward time to have a football game, honestly. I like the Sunday noon starts, and I'd rather just keep it that way. But I think people want to talk about CJ Stroud because there's no other quarterback in his class to talk about. Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson ain't looking too good.
Yeah,
man. So everybody, he's a hot topic right now. And I don't know with the quarterback play being what it's been this season, he's a standout star in terms of surprises. So, I mean, he's a hot topic for now. We'll see how it goes going forward, but I don't want to see them flex, man. Stay low and build, Houston Texans. Show them why they fucked up by not putting y'all on prime time.
Yeah.
Stay low and build. And let's see what happens this season, man. But I don't want to see them get flexed. I don't want to see that.
I agree, man. I agree. Just stay low and build, man. And then next year come out guns blazing.
Yep. Shit. Next year gonna suck, man. They're gonna have a Monday night game, a Sunday night game, a Thursday night game. They're gonna have the whole gamut. I'm gonna be looking at the schedule and be pissed.
Yeah, they're gonna mess around have one on Saturday.
Yeah,
one to a Saturday, Saturday game.
They're gonna probably play in London. Oh, fuck that.
Remember I think they're supposed to be doing a Black Friday game too. Not the Texans, but the NFL. Remember they
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
They don't took over Christmas from the NFL, from the NBA. Yeah. They taking over Black Friday now. Yeah, it's wild, man. They taking over. So next year gonna be hell. But stay low, Houston Texans. Just keep building. Stay low and build, man. So good to see the team is doing well, man. Good time to be a sports fan in Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that PTSD that everybody has in this city is starting to go away.
Yeah. No more arguing on Twitter and fighting. Everybody in a good mood now, man. Everybody, the vibes is everybody breaking down tape on how good all these players look and all these positive stats. Like it's been a good mood, man. Last 2 Mondays I came to work. It was real good, man.
Yep. I saw the Stroud boy memes too, man. I thought that was pretty funny. I think some people didn't like it, but I thought it was pretty funny, man. So, it's a good time to be a sports fan, man. It's always good when a team is doing well. The vibes are just better. People are less toxic on Twitter in general when the team is doing well. So, good to hear, man. Good to hear everybody's in a good mood. Yeah. So. With that being said, it's time to get into some new music releases. Of course, we got to start off with the biggest release, probably of the year, we'll say. Drake has dropped, finally, after like a month of teasing it, has dropped his new album, For All the Dogs. And I got to look up. I think it's like 23 tracks. Let me look it up.
It's like an hour. It's like an hour.
Yeah, it's like an hour and 40 minutes, man. All right, let me pull it up. It is 23 tracks, an hour and 24 minutes. It has features from Tizo Touchdown, 21 Savage, J. Cole, Yeet, 2 songs with SZA, Party Next Door, Chief Keef, Bad Bunny, Sexy Red, and Lil Yachty. So some surprising features, some like 21 Savage you just expected at this point. So I gotta say, maybe it's just my side of Twitter and social media. I've seen people be pretty down on this album, man. A lot of criticism and critique. I don't know. Maybe it's just my timeline of old heads just hating on something. But I've seen a lot of critique and commentary on Drake's subject matter. He's also said pretty much right after this album came out, and it didn't come out at midnight. It came out at like 6 a.m. or some weird time. And he mentioned that he's going to take a break from music to focus on his health. And he mentioned something about an issue with the stomach. I don't know what it is, but he made it seem like it was serious enough to take a break from music and kind of focus on getting better. So hope he recovers from whatever that is, man. Because health issues ain't no joke, especially when you get older. So hope all is well on that end. But with that being said, it's time to break down this album and shit on it. So Figgy, what were your thoughts on this new Drake album, For All the Dogs?
All right, so I listened to this whole album, man. I remember all the songs I like, and so the first track, Virginia Beach, I talked to you about this before the podcast. I kind of got excited because Virginia Beach and Pusha T is from Virginia Beach. He always talk about Virginia Beach. So I'm like, oh man, when if he start this album off with a diss song to Pusha T? Like that would be epic because some of the greatest albums and or some of the top-notch albums in history, their intros was always top tier, man. A lot of rappers don't make top tier intros anymore.
Yeah,
it'll just be like a regular song. But if he would have started this album off with a diss to Pusha T, I would have been like, oh, like he ain't playing for all the dogs. But it was the total opposite, man, where I'm like, what the like, okay, this is an R&B song. All right. But I ain't really care for that song. I didn't wake up until I want to say it was the song Daylight. I was just kind of like, okay, this is Drake I like. I thought that song was okay. First person shooter. I thought that song was cool. I'm starting to like J. Cole more, and I want to ask you a question about J. Cole once we finish wrapping this up. But I thought that song was cool. I like the Drake and Yeek song. I thought that song was all right. I feel like it could have been a little better, but I was fine with it, man. It seemed like Drake kind of went to Yeek's level on this song, so that's something I appreciate. And then it was like a long stretch where I'm like, nope. It wasn't until I got to number 15, What Will Pluto Do? And I actually like that song, man. That's a song I typically really don't care for from that's not the type of Drake song I really care for, but this one I really like. I'm like, I actually enjoyed this song, man, because it wasn't like a rapidy rap song, but I actually enjoyed this song. Drake and Chief Keef, I was kind of excited to hear how this was going to be, but I was a little disappointed, man. I was expecting Drake to kind of do what he did with Yeet and kind of, get a song from Chief Keef and hop on that. But I was a little disappointed with that, man. I ain't really care for it. I heard 8 a.m. in Charlotte a couple days ago. I thought that song was cool. I enjoyed that song. BBL Love. I actually enjoyed that. I don't think I would go back to it, but that's a song I actually listened through the whole thing. I ain't skip it. After that, Rich Baby Daddy. I feel like this was a funny song. I enjoy Sexy Red a lot. We'll talk about Sexy Red in a minute, but I enjoyed that song, but that's a song I wouldn't put that in the Serato, man. I wouldn't save this song at all, but I just kind of enjoy it. It seemed like one of those funny ass songs that you got to do, that you might have been joking around making this song, but the song ended up being hot. So I enjoyed that song. I like the song with Lil Yachty, Another Late Night. I thought that song was cool, but after that, man, that was it. That was pretty much it, man. And like you said earlier, your timeline wasn't too favorite about this album. I barely saw my timeline talking about the album, man. It was just another day, man. Like if I was strictly on Twitter, I wouldn't even known the Drake album dropped. I only seen maybe like 3 people talk about the album. Outside of that, that was it, man. So yeah, I know we usually play the game pig pin or qualified. I want us to play the game. Is this for all the dogs or is this for all the pups? I gotta say, man, this might be for all the pups. This ain't for all the dogs, man. This is for all the pups.
I mean, when I think of dogs and rap, I think of DMX. Okay. And this definitely this ain't no DMX quality music. Okay. This is something else. Yeah. So yeah, definitely a more pup music than it is anything else. But hey, man, or some emotional dogs, maybe. You know, the dogs who bark a lot but then cry when when somebody run up on them. So
he's for all the lap dogs.
Yeah. Them little tiny dogs that bark a lot. This is Tender Dick Nigga album.
you what we call a tender dick nigga.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't look, man. I think if he called this song like Lover Boy or something like that, which he already did, Certified Lover. If this was Certified Lover Boy too, then I probably would understand it. I would be like, okay, this ain't for all the dogs. This ain't the album for the dogs. But this one, I'm like, all right, we got to get a full rap album from Drake. And I think I got to a point where I'm not even looking for that anymore, man. Because if he wanted a full rap album, he would have been gave us a full rap album. It's going on 15 years. So I don't think that's coming unless he get desperate or something like that. But nah, man, I just don't see it. And piggyback on our conversation last week about how we didn't appreciate the past until right now. Like, do you feel like the old Drake is better than the new Drake now? I feel like some early Drake. Maybe he was a little more hungry then and a little more motivated. But I was listening to a couple Drake joints. I want to say a couple days ago, just randomly. And I'm like, damn, this ain't bad. I used to criticize Drake a lot, man. I think I used to criticize him strictly off of the singing and rapping because back then you couldn't sing and rap. You can't be rapping all tough and all this stuff and then sing. It wasn't a lot of hybrid rappers back then. But when I listened to it, I'm like, damn, he actually was pretty good, man. He pretty good, but I feel like we don't have that right now from Drake. Maybe because he's not really that motivated, but I feel like I ain't really appreciate the old Drake back then.
I think I would say he's a better rapper now than he was back then. I think the thing is it sounded fresher back in the day. But also I think early Drake used a lot of those corny punchlines, that kind of format that was popular with the Lil Waynes and all that. Singing has always been what it is, man. I'm not gonna get on Drake singing. You know, it's always been what it is. But I would say, look, Chicago Freestyle is probably one of my favorite Drake songs. And that just came out recently, like a few years ago.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of rap ability, he's gotten stronger. But of course, the hunger, I think the issue with him now is it seems like he's more clout chasey in terms of copying flows, copying, and it's more obvious now. It used to be he just rapped like Drake, and Drake kind of
Yeah.
had his own style. Now it's like he's rapping like Nardo Wick. He's rapping like 21. He's rapping like Future. Like he's switching the flows and styles up. He's kind of like Game now,
Yeah.
where he switches the flows and styles up to whatever's hot
Yeah.
instead of just giving you a whole album of just Drake rapping like Drake does. So with that being said, I pretty much agree with your take, man. I'll say this much though. My expectations for a Drake album have like drastically in terms of what they used to be. Now I know what Drake is. Drake is like ordering from McDonald's, man, or ordering from Whataburger at this point. Like what you're gonna get, and you can whatever he tiles his album or his songs, you can try to convince yourself that it's gonna be something like I mentioned before the podcast. He had us all fool with that song called Wu-Tang Forever.
Yeah.
And then that song comes out and it is nothing like a Wu-Tang song. What up, Mark Nash? See you on the YouTube comments, man. What's going on? Hope you're doing well, man.
What up, man?
We just breaking down this damn Drake album and talking about we getting on our old head shit. But, I mean, he's the old head too, to be fair. So shit. But so yeah, as far as Drake albums go, I know what I'm gonna get. I know I'll get at least a couple songs of good rapping, some shit I'll save, maybe 2-3 songs that I will go back to, and the rest are just cool to listen to once or just skip worthy, which is typically all the R&B songs for me. I'm just hitting hard skip as soon as I hear that slow OVO 40. Yeah. Crying over hoes and passive aggressive comments about how you bought all these women's shit and they still left you. I don't care, man. So he says smash the likes in the way in the room. Appreciate that, bro. So yeah, as far as this Drake album goes, man, it's what I expected. Honestly, it's some good lyricism. The first song I really was getting into was the 21 Savage song, man. I think that's a pretty good collab that they got going. With the Her Loss that came out last year. And just they're pretty good. They're what Rick Ross and him used to be. I guess him and Rick Ross don't collab much anymore since Rick Ross, I guess, did some songs with Pusha T. Maybe they got beef now or something going on. But I feel like that's the new partner for him, the 21 Savage little connection. And I like that song. What I really hate though, that I still can't believe is a thing in music, these long ass interludes where it's like a skit in the middle.
Oh yeah,
that shit drove me crazy on that song, man. Because I was damn near about to skip it, but I'm like, wait a minute, 21 hasn't rapped yet, so I had to fast forward. There's like a 1 minute long rant by some woman talking about some shit. I don't even know what it's from, maybe a meme or TikTok or something. But it's a long ass interlude in the middle of the song that killed me. Yeah. So when it actually gets to 21 Savage's part, it's actually fire. But it takes a long time to get there, and I'm sick of that. So anything that really annoys me, man, because sidebar again, I was going back to 1994. I was listening to Ready to Die, and that One More Chance song. I love that song, the original version of One More Chance, but it has like 1 minute and 30 seconds of voicemails from these women. And I'm like, couldn't that have been a skit before the song?
Yeah.
Why do I have to fast forward? Imagine if you had a CD.
Yeah. No, people have
that. You have to hit that. Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear 1 minute and 30 seconds of women complaining on a voicemail on an album.
You know the worst thing, sidebar, I'll let you get back to what you were saying, but this used to always happen with Killer Season, the album. And the first track was they had 40. Like before we get into the album, we got go to my man 40 Cal, and there was a song before the Killer Season intro.
Yes.
You know how many times people used to skip past this part to get to the Killer Season intro? I'm like, man, Killer, why did you put that right there, man? And no disrespect to 40 Cal, but come on, man. Like, we ain't trying to listen.
It was such a hard. Imagine if the album just started off with that, man.
Yeah.
Killer. That shit would have been so hard, but now you got to skip past these dusty New York bars. You don't want none of me now.
You see, I would appreciate that song if it was somewhere else in the album.
Yeah.
Take off the album.
That song was ass, man. I'm sorry, 40 Cal was trash. She was like, they make hummus and brown? No, I shitted on them. He's fucking get that shit out of here, man. We want to hear Cam. Okay. Enough of y'all fucking extra Dipset people who weren't part of the main cast, man. We don't want to hear y'all. So
but yeah, back to your long skit rant.
I'm just sick of it, man, and it drove me crazy. Mark Nash says 25 songs, 1 hour, 25 minutes runtime is a long album. Yeah, I agree, man. I was doing cardio this morning and for an hour and listened to the Drake's album and thought I would be done with it by the end of my cardio, and I had like 5-6 more songs to go. I'm like, what the fuck? So that shit killed me. He also says, I like Drake's raps, not the biggest fan of the singing songs. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel that way, man. But he must have people must enjoy it because he keeps making it and he keeps selling all these records. So it must be working. I just don't see anybody who likes it. And he also asked, what do you think about the album cover? Look, another point I want to make about this album. I can appreciate a man loving his son, especially a black man loving his son, asterisk black man.
I want to say nothing.
Look, man, that
rabbit hole.
that baby is like a quarter black. Let's be real. But I appreciate the fact that he loves his son. He puts his son in the videos, but he laid it on a little thick. And the album cover actually, if it was anybody else, I would be like, what are you doing? But for Drake, it was better than a fucking Certified Lover Boy album cover. I'll say that much, with all the pregnant emoji women on it.
Yeah.
Or the Her Loss album cover with the chick close up of whoever the fuck that was, man.
Girl was from Houston too.
Yeah, Drake is awful at album covers. That's one thing that really is never held against him, but I think it should be, except for Take Care, which is a great album cover. Maybe Nothing Was the Same was okay. Everything else has been either mediocre to trash in terms of album covers, man. You can argue that nobody cares about it anymore, but I do.
Yeah.
If you buy that's what makes you want to buy a vinyl, a dope album cover. And the fact that he's just been awful his entire career with making album covers, that honestly, never mind. That was like some PowerPoint from 1995 type font, man. What the fuck was that? I understand the artistic direction that Drake takes or what he gets his advice from, but it was bad.
Yeah.
So the album cover was I mean, you can't criticize it because it was a kid's drawing, so you can't say it was shit. But
I mean, at least that has some meaning behind it.
Yeah.
At least you can say, hey, my son was he did it, he drew it for me, blah, blah, blah. So you can at least hide behind that. But the pregnant emoji thing, what's the meaning behind that?
I have no idea. I mean, you can ask why the horse or whatever looked demonic. I don't know why his son drew it with red eyes. That's kind of scary.
And see, this is the other thing. I don't think you watched this music video, the 8 a.m. in Charlotte, but it was like a little skit in the beginning of it. And his son was actually drawing it, but his son said it was a goat. He said it was a goat, but the name of the album is For All the Dogs.
Yeah,
so
I would think.
Yeah. So I mean, if it's a goat, I mean, it still look crazy, but I don't know. It just kind of threw me off a little bit, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a little baby drawing it, man.
Yeah,
I can't
I can't. Yeah, I
be
can't.
too hard on it, but it was, yeah, it was what it was. Back to the album, man. First person shooter. Sidebar again. I don't like when Drake names songs after nerdy shit and doesn't rap about nerdy shit. Okay. When he named this song first person shooter, I thought he was gonna talk about Quake or Doom or Valorant or some shit. Just like he made a song called Final Fantasy on Scorpion, and he ain't talk about the game Final Fantasy.
Come on, you know Drake ain't. You said it
Look.
earlier about the Wu-Tang Forever, man. Why you get excited about this?
I just want to hear a couple bars here and there about some video games. If you're gonna name a game, a song, first person shooter, man. But anyway, this was the first song I really enjoyed on the album, man. I'll say that much. You know, J. Cole killed it. The beat was great. It was good to hear them collab. Drake was being a little petty because he mentioned who's the GOAT. He said him and Cole, but J. Cole actually brings up the actual argument of it's Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake. Drake was trying to be petty and not mention Kendrick. We know he had the little line during his tour. Wait, that was Donald Glover, not Kendrick. But I know they had beef ever since that Control shit dropped. And he's dropped subliminals about Kendrick, and there have been like a cold war between them. But let's keep it honest. That's the debate. Okay, it's Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. And Drake knows this. He can be petty and not mention Kendrick, but that is the debate. Nobody says who's the GOAT, Drake or J. Cole. Kendrick's name is always in there. And sometimes it's just Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not just Drake and J. Cole.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty funny. But anyway, the song was good. I didn't like the Nardo Wick impersonation at the end. That kind of ruined it for me. So I'll just skip that part. I run that song back a lot, but I skip it whenever it gets to that part. That was weird. And Drake has a tendency to do that. The whole beat switch thing, but sometimes it's just a completely different vibe from the original song, and it throws me off, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
So I'm getting kind of sick of that. The Yeet song, look, when I saw this song on a track list, I laughed because I was like, here come this old ass Drake trying to hop on a young nigga wave, and it reminded me of that meme of Steve Buscemi with the old dude with the skateboard and the t-shirt and the backpack talking about how you do, fellow kids. I had that in my mind, but the song is hard, man. The song is hard. I liked it. I thought Yeet was actually kind of shit on it, honestly. It was interesting to hear an actual rapper on a Benny X beat, who could actually rap and shit. So I like the song, man. I thought it was cool. Nothing really against it. I thought it was gonna be super corny, but I liked it. Everything else after that, I kind of skipped. Okay. I like the DJ Screw interlude. I did like that.
Yeah,
arguably the best song on the album, you could argue. I like the DJ Screw sample, the song. I think it was DJ Screw rapping to the I Wrote the World. Yeah.
Screw the World. I think it's Screw the World.
It's called Screw the track on the song on the album is called Screw the World, but it's from a Screw tape. I think he was rapping over the If I Ruled the World beat.
Yeah.
So on some old Screw tape. So I like that. It was cool little shout out to H-Town.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Everything else, what would Pluto do? I thought it was weird that song was on there without Future.
Yeah.
I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Like that sounded, that was kind of like borderline creepy to have a song called What Would Pluto Do? He probably fucked this bitch or whatever. And then he's not even on the album. That was kind of weird, man. But the song was okay. 8 a.m. in Charlotte. Oh yeah. All the parties with Chief Keef was kind of ass. And I gotta say this, man, because I've been seeing Chief Keef get a lot of love, and look, he's definitely started a wave, but he is quickly becoming maybe the most overrated artist in the history of hip hop, man. Okay, this dude, he started the drill wave. I get that. He deserved credit for that, but he had like one good project, maybe two. Let's be real, man. He fell off hard, dog.
Yeah,
And he was awful on this album too.
I hopped off the Chief Keef bandwagon once he started like messing around with auto tune.
Yeah,
That's where I'm just like, to me, like I never cared for the song "Love Sosa," and I know that's probably one of his biggest songs.
I like that song. I like that song.
That one. I like the song "Don't Like." I love that song. It's a few other songs. I like the Finito.
Every Day is hard. 300 is hard.
Yeah, Finito. I like that song. That's probably my favorite song from Chief Keef. But outside of that, man, when he started getting into his auto tune bad, that's when I'm out, man.
Nah, man, he definitely like smoked himself into something like right now he's like those bad Lil Wayne years, but worse than that.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not good, man.
To me, he's kind of like the NBA YoungBoy a little bit, man.
But even YoungBoy got some songs, but man, recently.
But see, for me, my point is everybody seems to love Chief Keef, but I just don't see it, man. I'm just like, all right, like it's like I don't know, I'm not feeling it, and it made me feel a little awkward because everybody love him. Well, I'm just like, man, I like a few songs, but I just don't see what everybody else see.
I don't think people actually like the current Chief Keef. I just think they like what he did in the past and see him as a legend for starting a wave. Which, to be honest, he deserves that. You know, for better or worse, drill music took over hip hop, and he was like at the forefront of that. So he deserves credit for that. You can argue if it's a good or bad thing, but he deserves credit for that definitely. But Lil Durk done lapped him several times and had the career that Chief Keef should have had, if we being honest. So, I mean, his output after the first couple of projects was bad. Like you said, he was getting too much into auto-tune and was just lazy with the music creation. I think Benito was like an accidental hit. I don't think he intended to be good.
I think that's
it was just a great beat.
That's like a club to me. That's like a club in the streets type of hit.
Yeah,
like I don't think it's a charting type of hit, but that's like a low key club banger. Like when that come on in the club, people get hyped.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's like a song everybody should know type thing.
I mean,
he was dissing New Jersey pretty much. He was talking.
Yeah,
I guess some dudes tried to rob him or something. So he went out to New Jersey, and I think he ended up getting banned from New Jersey or some shit. But yeah, I don't think that was intended to be like a hit song. Like, yeah,
it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, the beat is just incredible, and it kind of carries it. But I always thought, even Chief Keef, he could have came harder on that song, man. He seemed kind of sleepy almost when he on some parts of the song. So, but I mean, if it's a classic, it's a classic. But everything since then, man, has been he's coasting off of the fact that he's like a legend for starting a wave, and I don't think anybody actually enjoys his current music or gets excited when he drops a new project.
Yeah,
because I think he's been just cashing the checks at this point. I don't think he actually puts a lot of effort into his music. But that's my sidebar about Chief Keef. Anyway, I didn't really like that song. What else? BBL Love. We got to talk about 8 a.m. in Charlotte. Because I thought this was going to be like the rapidy rap song of the album. So I was getting, the 9 a.m. in Dallas and the 6 a.m. in Calabasas, whatever the fuck he did. The series of these songs with a date and a city name.
Yeah.
So I thought this was going to be, the lyrical miracle song of the album. And man, I have to say the first verse has some of maybe if we do the worst bars of the year, there might be several entries for this song alone. Really? Dog, let's break this down.
All right,
man. Let's break this down because I got it pulled up, man. He said, knowing they're gonna sell another Citizen Kane, they think they Orson Welles. Okay, that Citizen Kane was a movie directed by Orson Welles. We get it. Okay. He said, I say we got to talk about us. I feel like Jordan Peele.
Yeah, that was a little basic.
This is the biggest artist since Michael Jackson, just to pass Michael Jackson, by the way. Biggest rapper of all time here. because your words don't match your actions like a foreign film. And now it's Silence in the Lamb like a horror film.
Hey,
Nigga, did Papoose write this?
Yeah,
did Big Sean write this,
you
man?
skipped over the other one. Could tell I'm getting under your skin like an orange peel.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot that. I could tell I'm getting under your skin like an orange peel.
Hey, he took it back to 2012, man. 2010, 2009.
Dog, I think Fabulous done came through and said, let me write you a verse real quick, man. I got some fire for you, Drake. Let's go, man. What else did he say? I'm in and out of Houston hobby so much I'm a hobbyist. Hoes waiting on Cinch in the lobby. That boy a lobbyist. It gets worse. Savage got a green card straight out the consulate. Where I go, you go, brother. We Yugoslavian. Formal is the dress code, dog. So many checks owed, I feel Czechoslovakian. Let me say this again, man. Listen to this. Where I go, you go, brother. We Yugoslavian. And I got so many checks owed, I feel Czechoslovakian. Come on, man. What did the ghostwriters take the night off? What happened here? Why were these bars so corny on this song, man? This is like early 2000s punchline rap, New York shit from Mano or something, man. Like, what is going on here? I was shocked. Wait, HRW says, sup, G and J crew. Y'all made fun of Drake having a ghostwriter. He showed y'all. Wait, how? With these bars?
Look, I like the song, man. I think I'm okay with the song, but I can't argue with what you saying, man.
That first verse, man, some of the he said, oh, he's sarcastic. I don't know, man. We have some people in the chat who come through who stand Drake. So you got always to be on guard when it comes to Drake, man.
I know. Some people be dead serious.
They be defensive about Drake, man. So you got to know. But yeah, it's yeah, man. I mean, this is what the Ghost Riders get you, I guess. Maybe they had the night off. Maybe they said we can't come in tonight, Drake.
What about this one? You try to rob me, it's gonna feel like you sitting at your favorite restaurant. Cause nigga, that's where you dine at.
I feel like he was watching some awful battle rap from like one of them shits. And he was like, yeah, I'm inspired. Get it? Dine. Come on, man.
That's where you dine.
Come on, man. Yeah, that was a rough song, man. And like I said, I thought that was gonna be like the lyrical miracle song of the album, and it was ass. I really couldn't believe some of these bars, man. This is Drake we're talking about. So maybe the break is well deserved. Maybe he can refresh the. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, moving on. He had a Bad Bunny feature. How many people are going to keep chasing the international hit with Bad Bunny, man? I feel like this is the go-to. Just try to get a hit internationally.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny has become like the early 2000s Sean Paul.
Yeah.
Remember, everybody went to Sean Paul for a hit, a reggaeton hit.
Yeah.
That's what Bad Bunny is now, man. Whenever I see Bad Bunny, I never hear Bad Bunny like on a song that the artist usually makes, you know, and you never hear him on like a hip hop song. Whenever I see a Bad Bunny feature, I'm like, okay, I know it's gonna be some Latino dance bullshit that somebody trying to get on and try to make an international hit. It's never him jumping on something out of his element. It's always the artist jumping on his.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous, man. It's pandering bullshit. I'm getting sick of the Bad Bunny features, man. Leave that man alone. Let him make his money over there. Don't be trying to chase that damn international dollar by jumping on it damn and rapping like you Latino suddenly. Get the fuck out of here, man. Culture vulturing. Nobody cares about it no more, I guess, in rap and hip hop and artistry, but it's getting corny, man.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
And to be honest, I was talking to somebody who listened to a lot of Spanish music, and they feel like Bad Bunny kind of dying down a little bit. So
yeah, I don't know if he's as hot as he used to be, man.
yeah. He was like on fire at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's the number one guy now because he caught fire and like he was doing numbers out the gate. And you know how stuff go. You could be hot one day and cold the next day. So I'm not saying he cold, but I wonder if that's the situation with him now, where it's somebody else. Because I think it's somebody else that's kind of like the Bad Bunny, the hot artist of the month or whatever.
Could be.
Yeah, so I don't even know if he even that hot in his own genre.
I think he might be dying down, man. I haven't heard the hype. Like, I'm not gonna act like I'm tapped in with the Latino music scene, but I haven't seen as much hype from the fans that I used to. And I will say, I think his relationship with Kendall has hurt him because the female fan base is very fickle, and he had a large female fan base. I know that because a lot of women I follow on Instagram love Bad Bunny. And when he was caught with Kendall Jenner, he's dating her now, they kind of eased off him because they don't like that.
Yeah.
So I think that might have hurt him too. When you lose that female fan base and that's your main moneymaker, it's going to be a problem. So, yeah, I don't think Bad Bunny is the instant international hit that it might have used to be a year or two ago.
Yeah, and like you said, it seemed like a lot of hip hop artists trying to collab with him.
Yeah,
it could be both. It could be both ways, man. Maybe he feel like he might be dying down a little bit, so let me collab with some more artists like Travis Scott and Drake and all these random people. So let me come on over there now.
Yeah, and maybe it could be, but like I said, they're always making his song. He's never making one of their songs, man. I would love to hear how he sounds on like a fucking Griselda beat.
That would never happen.
But it's always, of course not. But they're always trying to jump on one of his dance music shits, and it's like it always sounds forced, man. It sounds super forced when Drake did it. HRW on Twitch asked, "Wasn't there a writer's strike?" Good point. Maybe he delayed it just to get through the writer's strike. But that song was written before, and all his writing.
Yeah, I was wondering maybe that song was written in like 2011 or something.
Yeah, maybe he found the BlackBerry with the side scroll. It's like, I found it. Yeah, here's a song. This shit's hot. Let me go ahead and record it. So yeah, man, I don't know, but what else? We almost done. Another Rich Baby Daddy with Sexy Red and SZA. I like this song, man. Not only that, I feel like this should have been the lead single. Why did he put that "Slime You Out" bullshit out instead of this?
Yep. And
this song was hard, man.
And it would have made sense because Sexy Red is hot right now.
Yeah.
That would have made a whole bunch.
And SZA on the same track?
Yeah.
Why was this not the lead single? Why was "Slime You Out," which is something I instantly skipped when it came to this album? Why was that the lead single of the album? He don't even care no more, it seems like, man. Because I understand why that wasn't the lead single on this album. And you put out that "Slime You Out" slow bullshit first. When you want to get people dancing and moving and outside, Rich Baby Daddy is the type of song to get that. Yeah. And it's an album cut at the end of this album, damn near. So, I mean, it might still be a single. I would imagine it's going to be a single in a video and all that. But it was very strange that it wasn't the lead single. But I like the song, man. I thought it was hard. Another late night featuring Lil Yachty. Yeah, I don't even remember it. Away From Home. I actually like this song a lot. Actually, I think it was my favorite song on the album. Too bad that it was at the very end. And if I didn't have this podcast, I probably wouldn't even gotten to it. So I thought this was the best song on the album lyrically. I think him talking about the early days, kind of admitting how he was a nerd and not this dude that he is now, was very, very open and honest. You know, he mentioned there was some funny stuff he mentioned, like he got fronted a pound and couldn't flip it. He had to give it back. He talked about how he had no hoes, struggling to get any kind of notice in the music industry. These are things people can actually relate to, man. Not what he's living life as right now, which nobody can relate to but him. You know, this was actually a good song, and the bars were hard, the beat was hard. I like it a lot, man. I actually went back to it a few times, and it was my favorite song from the album because it actually felt like a relatable Drake again, which you haven't had in a long time.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed this song. If he made more songs like this, I think he might be a little more sound a little more mature. But this was a deep album cut at the end of the album, pretty much. And I actually thought this would be a good song to end the album on. It's a good ending song of taking it back to where you started.
Yeah.
But then the last song is some R&B bullshit that I just turned off.
Yeah.
Of course, in typical Drake fashion, he had to ruin it with some singing. And I didn't even get through half of the song. I cut it off. So that being said, this album is what I expected.
Is it for all the dogs or is it for all the pups?
It's for all the Chihuahuas, maybe the Yorkshire Terriers. It's not for the pit bulls. It's not for the German Shepherds, man. It's not for the snow dogs. It's not for the wolves. It's for the the little pups out there, man. The little rowdy dogs
little
out there,
Stanleys.
man. Yeah, the little Stanleys. For all my Stanleys. So it's what I expect, to be honest, man. I don't know why people get gassed up anymore to expect he's going to just deliver this. I mean, Charlamagne talked about that too. He talked about how the lead single, he expected more from an album called For All My Dogs. You're never going to get that with Drake, man.
Yeah.
He's not going to, like you said, if he was going to do that, he would have did that by now. He is well over 10 years in this game. He would have done that by now, man.
Yeah.
So we're not going to get that, and it is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
So my expectations for a Drake album are basically there will be 3 or 4 songs I like and save. The rest are just skippable, and that's it.
Yeah.
Or I won't go back to them, or I won't care for them.
Yeah.
And that's what I expect. And this one, it's the same thing. So it's a Drake album, man. No more, no less at this point.
Yeah. Like as far as him dropping a whole rap album, I think that's kind of like us waiting on LeBron to get into the dunk contest. Remember that?
Yeah.
How we? Oh yeah, is he going to join? Is he going to join? And never do it. It's just like, man, he ain't getting into the dunk contest. We might as well forget that.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. And Drake is who he is. I think. Look, I've said before, I think he needs to take a break, and I think people have realized that too. I think his music has gotten very formulaic, and people are starting to pick up on it. Like, how many times can you make the same song, man?
Yeah,
he's really stretched the longevity of the reach of the same songs and subject matter over and over again.
Yeah.
After a while, Jay had to switch it up. He couldn't talk about crack forever, man. He had to switch things up and talk about other things. And some of it was hit and miss. And there was quite a few misses.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to go through that period of discovery where he's got to find something new to talk about, man. Because the same songs and the same subject matter I think it's getting old for his fans who are getting older now.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's ever going to have the youth at this point, man. He's not going to have the early or the late teens, early 20-year-old people. They see Drake as an old guy. I don't care how many young nigga songs he jumps on. He's an old guy to them, man.
Yeah.
So they're not going to see him as Michael Jackson in his prime. They gonna see him as the old head. So he's got to take some time off and reinvent himself. I don't know if he will, because he's somebody who kind of sticks to a thing that's working. Yeah. But I don't know. I just think he has to find something new and some kind of new inspiration.
Yeah, I think the time off will help him.
Yeah,
I don't think it. Man, you think about it, he never really took time off. He never took time off. His songs was always charted. He was always on somebody's song. So I think maybe you do need a little time off to kind of regroup, rest, and then maybe he'll come back inspired where we might get super excited for him. So yeah, I think he needs some time. It been 15 years straight, I want to say.
Yeah.
So maybe he do need this time off.
Yeah, and I think before he was scared of somebody taking his spot, but now, look, nobody's
Worry
gonna
about
take that
that.
spot, man.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick proved you could take 7 years off and then come back and still be one of the biggest rappers out and do sellout tours and everything.
Yeah.
So if he could do it, Drake can definitely do it.
Yeah. 100.
So he'll be good.
Yeah. Um.
So
Yeah.
you mentioned something about J. Cole you want to talk about, man.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question. I felt like we don't really talk about this as much. But I guess the past couple weeks I've been thinking about it a little more. Who is the more lyrical rapper between J. Cole and Drake? Because we always crown Drake as the better rapper. I mean, or as the better artist. He's the bigger artist, of course. And I think J. Cole actually, side with that too. But who is the more lyrical rapper? Like actually bar for bar rapper? Is it Drake or J. Cole?
I mean, I want to say J. Cole, but I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying
I
to
don't even
think.
have
Like,
an answer, to be honest. Like,
what you got to think about? You got to put like their most lyrical songs together and
yeah,
think about. Because I don't. What is look? I keep going back to that Benny the Butcher song, man. Like, what does Drake have recently that's matching that lyrically?
yeah,
I don't know if he has anything, man. But then again, Drake has never been somebody who solely prided himself as a lyricist. He's always prided himself as being like a jack of all trades type dude, man. I don't know if he wanted that title of best lyricist, he would have put out a full rap album with some gritty New York beats or some shit. But he's like a pop star, man. So, and then the whole thing with the ghost writing puts the pen in the question.
yeah.
So, I would say J. Cole because he's never been, there's never been a controversy about who wrote his shit. So you had to say J. Cole off of that alone, technicality.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, I thought about this too, and then when I seen them on the same song together, it's kind of like, oh, I know they both gonna bring it. So it made me think like, who do people think is the better rapper between these two? Because I know, some people might say Drake ain't a rapper. Some people will say he's a rapper and saying all this other stuff. And they're in the same tier. So I was wondering, look, Drake always get the nod because he's the bigger artist. But as far as like bar for bar, man, like I would probably say J. Cole too. Because especially the last couple years, the last couple verses, even the verse with Lil Yachty, I felt like he was going in on that. Like I actually saved that song. So I'm like, dang, like I felt like I haven't heard anything from Drake like that in a long time.
Yeah, no, and I like the song I was just talking about on the album, what's it called? Away from Home.
Away from Home.
Like that, I thought that was a pretty lyrical song, but like J. Cole has a lot of those, man. He has a whole album full of those types of songs. So I would say J. Cole, but I don't know if Drake really wants that title or cares about it. I think he's talked about how he doesn't like how there's really no award for lyricism or anything like that. So he wants like tangible evidence of him being the best. And the only way you can really get that is from how many records he sold.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he puts out the pop hits. That's why he puts out the R&B shit. That's why he puts out so much of that, because he can point to that and say, see, I'm the best because I got the most numbers.
Yeah.
But there's more than that when it goes to this debate. But to be fair, that's subjective, and some people probably think that Drake is a better lyricist.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. But I would say J. Cole, and I'm not a J. Cole fan like that, but I'll have to give it to J. Cole probably.
Okay.
So yeah, Jasmine will be proud of us. We're born again J. Cole fans on this podcast. Now she's gone. We got to get her on just to talk about J. Cole at one point, man, because we've seen the light with J. Cole.
She gonna pull up the receipt.
Y'all said he wasn't shit.
Yeah,
hey, I take it back, man.
I seen that bull job.
That J. Cole.
I seen that bull junk y'all was saying.
that bull junk. It'll be funny if Jasmine actually said bull junk. Other things came out I kind of listened to, man. We didn't talk about this last week. Little Brother dropped a 2-pack.
I'm
ass. Remember what Joe Budden said? That shit was a 2-pack of ass.
That will always be funny, man.
Oh man, that was when the Joe Budden podcast was the most.
Yeah.
Now it's something else.
He was like, "I'm here to double down."
That shit was a 2-pack of ass. He was so mad about it too. He had like a vein popping out of his head, man. That shit was a 2-pack of ass.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was dying.
It was fun. I think he was so pissed too because I guess he didn't care for the song Sway Lee. He was talking about Sway Lee, and I guess Sway Lee said something.
Yeah, he replied back,
and so he like, "I'm here to double down."
Like, why don't these niggas ever say something when I say something good about their music, but every time I say something else, he was going off. He's like, "I'm here to double down."
Yeah,
she was a 2-pack of ass. Oh man, that was too funny. Too funny. Great times with the Joe Budden podcast, man. Anyway, Lil Brother dropped a two song EP. 2 songs dropped, Wish Me Well and Glory Glory. You know, I like them a lot, man. I'm really excited to have an album cooking up. I want to hear it, of course. I'm a big Lil Brother fan. Now, of course, whenever Lil Brother drops anything new, everybody asks if Ninth Wonder is on it. Ninth Wonder is not a part of Little Brother anymore, man. That ship has sailed, and I don't even know what his music sounds like anymore. It's been a while since I've heard any of his beats.
Yeah.
But their music is still produced well, man. They have a sound with new producers that fit their vibe.
Yeah.
And these songs sound good, man. So if you one of those people who are like, I don't know, they ain't got Ninth. Dog, Ninth might be washed up at this point, man. Their music still sounds good without them, so you gotta get over it.
That's the one thing I like about Lil Brother too, because even their last project they put out when they came back. I mean, look, let's be real, you couldn't tell if it was like, like you hear big gap in production or beats and stuff like that. It was still good sound. They got a good ear for beats. They got a good ear to produce something. So I'm not worried about that.
They do. And the songs are great. Like Fonte is one of those rare rappers who just has never fallen off lyrically, man. It's like him, Black Thought. I can't think of many else, man, but there hasn't been many rappers who are elite like that who just never fall off. But he's one of them, man. He especially went crazy at the end of Glory Glory. That's like a crazy verse he dropped in that song. So if you're a fan of Lil Brother or haven't heard of them, this is a good place to start. 2 good songs, good lyricism, dope beat, dope rhymes. What more do you want, as they say? So check it out if you haven't heard it yet. It's a 2 songs by Lil Brother, Wish Me Well and Glory Glory. Good hip hop.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, for sure, man. I actually forgot about it. Then I remember new music. Oh, wait, they dropped something. So I went back and listened to it. It's fire, man. So make sure y'all check it out. Earl Sweatshirt and Alchemist dropped that album that came out on the weird Bitcoins, or it was some kind of NFT site or some shit. And everybody complained about it. They dropped it on streaming. Finally, I think I might be missing at least one song, because I think one song from there is not on this one. Probably some sample thing. But it's good, man. I enjoyed it. Some of the Alchemist beats, some of them I don't know, but overall it was a good project. I'm looking forward to hear them live in November in Houston. And I will say this too, man. Hearing 2 songs with Vince Staples on it with Alchemist beats, I want a whole project with Vince Staples and Alchemist now, because I feel like that's almost like Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. You know, they dropped a fire project a few years ago, and I think Vince and Alchemist could as well. Now, apparently they did drop something, but it hasn't been officially released. You got to look for it on the internet. I actually downloaded it, and it was pretty good. A lot of songs with drums on it, thankfully. But it's not officially released, unfortunately. It's one of those little hidden things. So you got to look for it, but you ain't got to look hard. So
And
hopefully
and it was Vince Staples and Alchemist.
Vince Staples and Alchemist, yeah.
Okay.
It was called like If You're Leaking, You're Tweaking or some shit like that. It was something not meant for commercial release, but it got leaked anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, you can find it if you look. You probably ain't got to look that hard on the internet, but you'll find it. But I went on streaming because it's hard to just listen to music on your computer and shit, so it's getting annoying. So anyway, good project, of course. What you'd expect from Earl and Alchemist. So some good shit, man. Did anything else come out that we missed, or as you heard this week?
I actually heard some of that Earl Sweatshirt too, and I ain't get the whole thing, but I like what I hear so far. I ain't get to the bad Alchemist production yet, but
I won't say it's bad, but just sometimes you just want some drums, man. Like sometimes the loop, the vocal loop. Now, at first I didn't like the song with Mike and Earl Sweatshirt. It's just like a vocal loop over and over again. Now I like the song. It had to grow on me. Now I like it. But at first I was like, man, what the fuck is this? It kind of threw me off. Now I like it, but it had to grow on me a little bit, man.
Yeah, I actually like that song a lot for the simple fact that because every time I hear it sample like that and how they're rapping,
yeah,
I imagine myself trying to rap over that, and it's a little confusing. So remember when Method Man, I think it was Method Man and Redman had that joke show.
Yeah, well, Ludacris had to rap over that terrible beat.
Yeah, and he was trying to catch the beat.
Yeah,
and he honestly almost caught the beat. He was ready to rap over it. That's how I was feeling with this one. I'm like, I'm trying to catch the rhyme flow and then all that stuff. And I'm just like, I can't really catch it. I can kind of catch it, but I don't really understand it. But I kind of salute Earl Sweatshirt for rapping over it because he sounded fine.
Yeah, his flow was good on that song, man. I'll say that much.
Because it seemed like it wasn't really a rhythm on it. And it was just kind of like all over the place, kind of. And he was flowing over it. So yeah, I actually did like that song. I like the song right after that, Heat Check too.
Yeah,
I like that beat.
I like the beat. I kind of feel like that was not an Earl Sweatshirt type beat. It kind of sounded like somebody else should have been rapping over it, maybe. But I like the beat.
It sounded like it could have been a Currency beat.
Yeah, something. It sounded a little too upbeat and for Earl to rap over. But I like the song still.
Yeah, I was waiting to hear the na 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 na.
Yeah, it's a good album, man. Definitely recommend it if you're a fan of either of those two. So yeah, good little drop that happened. Now let's get to topics, man. Let's get to some things that have happened this week. We never did talk about. Well, actually, we'll talk about. Well, fuck it. We'll start with Dame Lillard, man. We didn't talk about this last week because we
4 hours in, man.
Yeah, we had a long podcast last week where we had to cover a lot of shit we missed over the past weeks, and we didn't actually get to the Dame Lillard trade. Dame Lillard was officially traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. There's a number of other moves that happened. J. Rue Holiday went to, where'd he go again?
He got traded. He got traded to Portland, and Portland was going to try to find a trade for him or release him or something like that, and then he ended up getting traded to Boston.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
His wife put up a message complaining about it.
Oh God, I seen that.
Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
They wanted a warning. It's like,
yeah, he found out he was traded as he was taking a nap, and I guess he just wanted us to feel sorry for him. I guess.
Yeah.
I was looking at the comments, and they were just like, "Oh, boo hoo! You got to pack up."
Like you don't have to leave. Damn. Like
you don't understand.
I understand it.
you don't understand.
I understand it's inconvenient, but come on, man.
You don't understand the relationships and the bond our kids have with their friends and family just at the league. I'm like, oh, gee, I wonder how people that's in the military feel.
I wonder how people who fucking get evicted because they don't have enough to pay rent feel. They gotta fucking move and find somewhere to live, man.
Yeah.
I look, you can't, people gotta learn, never go to social media with your rich people problems, okay?
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck, all right? Nobody's gonna feel empathetic about you in your millionaire lifestyle for having to be mildly inconvenienced about having to move across the country. Yeah, it sucks. I understand you want your kids to have consistency, and it might suck to have to move, but nobody cares in the real, like, as far as more people go, nobody cares, man.
Yeah.
You know what you signed up for when you married an NBA nigga, all right?
Yeah.
You could have got a new dude with a CDL or something. You got a regular dude and lived a nice little apartment life, but you wanted the big baller life, and this is what comes with it.
Yeah. Like,
acting like any NBA player just stayed with the same team its entire career, unless you Kobe. Come on, man.
Yeah. And like, if she have that big of a problem with it, tell them quit the NBA and work a regular job where they
retire.
Yeah, they can stay in Milwaukee.
Start a podcast.
Yep. Yeah, get an LLC.
Yep. So yeah, I saw that. That was pretty funny. But anyway, Dame Lillard has started anew he's going to Milwaukee. He was, of course, wanted to go to the Heat. There was a lot of conversation. I think it ended badly. Apparently, the GM was upset with him for forcing the trade and making it public that he only wanted to go to Miami because, you know, that kind of handicaps you in a trade. So he's going to Milwaukee. He divorced his wife as well. He filed for divorce. Which makes it two men in recent who have filed for divorce, black men who filed for divorce. I don't know what's going on, man. Maybe it's our time. Maybe City Boy's up.
Hey, maybe she heard that rap album he put out. Nah, I'm good.
So yeah, he's starting a new life apparently, man. So we'll see how it goes for him. He's going to be paired with Giannis, of course. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I do want to bring up something that could have a I guess connection to this. Did you see Jimmy Butler in this NBA day? I guess.
Yeah, I saw that.
I thought that was a Photoshop, man. I thought it was a joke. And so I ain't watched the video. I ain't want to click on and see his explanation for this, but it looked like because all I seen was he said he was feeling emo about right now, something like that. And remember before when Dame got traded, when he first got traded to Milwaukee, Jimmy Butler said the NBA need to do some investigation because of tampering or some shit. He was pretty much, he made a video pretty much saying, I don't know, but I think the NBA should look into this, which was super weird and snitchy. It's like, why would you do that, man? Like, that ain't make any sense. But I guess he thought Dame was really coming there, but didn't. So he wanted to try to.
Oh, that's why he's emo, because Dame isn't coming?
That's where I was getting.
Okay, I didn't think about that, but I guess it makes sense.
That's where I was getting at. So I think he explained. I'm not sure if he did explain why he had that type of style, but I wonder if that have something to do with it, that the Heat didn't get Dame, and now he just coming into what they call NBA Day or whatever it is.
Media Day, I don't know.
I wonder if he was doing that as a joke to show, hey, I'm feeling emo because we ain't get Dame.
Doug, I hate to be that guy, but this got to be the most pussified version of the NBA we've ever been in. Niggas complain because niggas don't get traded to their team. LeBron did it with Kyrie last season too. Remember that? Tweet, maybe it's me. Niggas getting emo because their homeboy ain't getting traded to their team, man. What is going on, dog? What is going on with this? What happens to the pride in the NBA of getting it on your own, man? Everybody want to join up with their homies and try to get it that way. What's going on, dog? I understand this. Y'all getting going emo because your boyfriend ain't gonna join your team, man. I don't get it.
Yeah, the NBA is in trouble, man. I don't care what nobody say. The NBA is in a rough spot. And I can't remember if we talked about this last week, but the new load management pause.
Yeah.
The load management
Niggas can't I don't think that's gonna see the NBA be pump faking with this shit, man. I'm not falling for it no more. Look, all this means is that teams are gonna fabricate injuries, okay? They're gonna say he got a calf sprain or he got a sore
lower
fibula.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, lower back pain, or you can just make this shit up, okay? Before they were at least being honest and saying he's taking a rest. Now he's going to fabricate some injuries, which they already probably did, and just still take the same time off. The same way they were acting like they're going to crack down on flopping, they're going to crack down on all that, and they did it for like a week or two, then they stopped.
Yeah.
They're going to crack down on traveling, did it for a week, and then stopped. This ain't gonna mean shit, man. The NBA is soft under Silver. They ain't gonna do nothing about this.
It's silly, man. It's so silly. I just don't get it.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. This league, man. This league. So whatever. At least it's football season now. I ain't worried about basketball yet.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about Sexy Red getting canceled, man.
Yeah, man.
You gotta play this clip because I forgot what it said already. But basically, Sexy Red is under fire because she's come out. You know, she is the it girl right now. She is the face of rap culture. She is everywhere, and everybody seems to love her. She is the new Cardi B, maybe. You know, she's just everywhere, man. You can't escape her. And she recently put out, she had an interview where she made comments about fucking with Donald Trump, and she kind of seems like she's a fan, man. So we got to play this audio because I forgot exactly what she said, and I don't want to paraphrase, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of rough. Another celebrity coming out. Okay, let's hear what she's saying.
Yeah, they support him in the hood. Cause at first I don't think people was fucking with him, like they thought he was racist, saying little shit and against women. But once he started getting black people out of jail and giving people their free money, oh baby, we love Trump. We need him back in office.
Yeah, that a little bit of free money goes a long way.
We need him back. Cause baby, them checks. Oh yes, them stimulus checks, Trump, we miss you.
That's like Whoa Vicky. She's always talking about Trump. You see her ever?
I like Trump. No, I ain't never seen Whoa Vicky.
She's funny.
I love Trump though. He's funny to me. Like I used to watch his not interviews, like him talking to people. He used to be calling people fat.
Yeah.
He just bold.
Wow.
He funny. Like we need people like him.
Yeah, people got upset about that, especially on Twitter. What the heck is that? Some weird sound in my headphones. But anyway, yeah, people got very upset with that, man. That is not the script. Okay, that's not what Lil Baby meets Kamala Harris at the White House for. Okay, this is not go according to the script. Okay, you're supposed to hate Trump, and she hasn't gotten the script yet. Okay, I think she's too new. She hasn't gotten put in that room where they tell her how it really goes down. So, Figgy, what do you think about this? Do you think Sexy Red should be canceled? And by saying this, we gonna know how you stand politically. So be careful.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to say this though, like what she said. Do that really mean you support Trump for real, man? Because it wasn't like she was getting in.
She said she likes him and we need him back in office.
But look what she said at first though. She said, "Oh, he was giving us checks." Like, what did she honestly say where you be like, oh, yeah, this girl is like she said what we all say. Oh, free checks and he funny. It seemed like she didn't go in depth like, oh, yeah, the economy was this and da-da-da-da. It looked like you got something going on. What you got?
You good. Okay.
But yeah, yeah, man, I felt like she said what all of us said at one point. Like, oh, yeah, we getting these checks and da-da-da-da. Look, man, I'm not like if you looking at Sexy Red for political advice and all this other stuff, I think you need to be checked into a mental place, man, because she didn't really say nothing groundbreaking, man. She would have said the same thing about anybody who was giving out checks and was being funny during calling people fat and all that stuff. So look, if she wasn't in debt, if she was sitting there saying all lives matter or blue lives matter, if she was up, if she was up doing something like that, then I would be a little nervous. But let's be real, man. She kind of sounded a little ignorant right there. Just said, "Oh yeah, he used to get his checks in the hood. Yeah, he used to call people fat. Yeah, I think he funny. I rock with Trump. Get some of the free." She just sounds like somebody that's ignorant and don't even know what's going on for real, for real. So I wouldn't say she need to be canceled for this, but I think you need to be like, don't look, man, don't look at her as the voice of reasoning for politics or anything. That's like somebody saying, oh yeah, the Houston Texans. I always love the Houston Texans. They always been good. Like they good with me, man. I love going to the game because of the food. It's just like, all right, like you're not really focused on what's going on the field. So I'm not going to look at you for, what's really happening. So I don't think she should be canceled or nothing like that. But you could tell she sounded very ignorant because all she did was bring up checks and how him, disrespecting people.
Yeah. HRW says, hold up, I hear a little MAGA in Figgy's reply. Are you gonna have the red hat, man? I don't know. Have I seen you with the red hat yet? I don't know, man.
I had to hide it, man. I'm a Kanye fan. I'm a Kanye fan. Kanye. Yeezy made me do it.
Figgy exposed, man. Figgy exposed. Figgy canceled. So yeah, I mean, look. Of course, we shouldn't be looking to Sexy Red for anything intelligent to say. Honestly, like, let's be real. But the problem is, we've propped up our entertainers to be this, And I remember not too long ago, maybe like a month ago, Ebro was getting on Drake for never mentioning anything, about anything political or anything social issues and things like that. And I've always been like, why the fuck should he?
Yeah.
Why would I care what Drake has to think about police brutality or anything going on politically in this country, man? He sings and he raps.
Yeah.
Malcolm X had an infamous quote about black entertainers and why they shouldn't be the voice of any kind of political speech or anything, man. Like they're entertainers, man. They're not supposed to be activists or thought leaders. They dance and they sing and they act.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I don't know, man. I think people just want everybody to say the right thing. Even if it's something you might not believe in, they just want everybody to say the right thing. You have to follow the script. Okay. If you're a black person and you're in entertainment, you gotta say this, man.
Yeah.
If you want it to be invited to Joe Biden's White House for the hip hop bash every year, you got to follow the script, man. So it is what it is. It's silly to even think that she should be taken seriously when it comes to things like this, and anybody should be disappointed. So it's just silly. Troy on Facebook says, Figgy saying, nah, whatever she says represents her view, no one else. Yeah, man. Had to put the disclaimer on it.
Yeah.
HRW said, oh, Figgy be up in them NRG suites. Oh, that you've been rubbing elbows with the oh no, man.
You know what's funny? I haven't told nobody this. I think I told one person, but during the Steelers game, it was before the game. I usually go up to our company suite, and they actually wouldn't let me in.
Damn.
I went up there. I I had my credentials and all that, and there was a security guard right there. And I showed her my credentials. She like, no, you need a ticket. I'm like, a ticket? I'm like, I actually work for this company. Like, I'll come up here all the time. She like, I don't know, but they said don't let anybody in without a ticket. So I'm like, all right. So I tried to make a call to somebody. That person ain't answer.
Damn.
So I ended up going home. So I watched the whole game from home.
See?
I don't know what happened, man.
See, y'all talking like, here y'all go, man. Assuming things like Figgy got it like that, man. Nah, they still hating on this. They look one look at him in his hair, and they said, "Nah, you ain't supposed to be here." That's some bullshit, man. They still hating. Some things will never change, like
Yeah.
Tupac said, man.
Now,
I bet you was hearing that song in your mind. I still no changes.
now I did talk
That's
to
just the way it is.
yeah, I did talk to somebody because I asked them if they had a problem getting in too, and they said they did. They said they had a issue. It was like super strict. So apparently, I guess somebody got in the suite that wasn't supposed to be in there and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
they had to tighten it up. But yeah, man, I kind of felt offended a little bit. I'm like, dang. So I'm like, maybe they don't want little old me. Maybe they see what I'm
you
doing.
should have pulled the. Do you know who I am?
I
You know who I am? I'm Figgy Fig, bitch. The hardest working man in radio. That's what he is at best at what he does. Wait, how's it go?
Landry said
best in the world is what he does.
Best in the world at what he do.
What he do? That's right. Oh, he tries to make it black for you. He blackens it up. Best in the world of what he do. You got. I should have brought that up with him when he was on the show, man. Why you got to say it like that, Landry? You don't talk like that normally. No, I'm fucking with him. Figgy should have acted like Karen on an airplane. Yeah, you should have said that motherfucker is not real. Yeah, man.
But you know, sometimes I still got like PTSD in my brain because you ever feel like you be in places and then when in your brain you feel like you're not wanted.
Yeah,
like people don't want you around.
Definitely.
So when that happened to me, I was just like, maybe they don't want me in the suite now because I don't be doing nothing outrageous. But
yeah,
I'll be all dressed down, so I don't want to go up in the press box because the press box be all quiet and professional and all this other stuff. So I don't want to go up there. So I just go to the suite. And when that happened, I was just like, dang, maybe they don't want me up here. Maybe they got some clients and all that stuff in here because it was a big game. And and not to mention too, I'm pulling back the curtain real far back, but like last week I asked for some like a pair of tickets. So so me and the wife he can go because I've been trying to get her to go to a game and get out the house and stuff. But I ain't getting no email back. So I guess they ain't had nothing. And that's like the second time I didn't ask for something and didn't really get an answer. So I'm just like, man, maybe they don't want me there. But but as far as me going in the suite, I think it was a misunderstanding. I think they were trying to tighten up. So
still I see no changes. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Things will never be the same. Yeah, man. Rough out here. They don't love us like that, man. That's okay though. They're gonna learn. They're gonna learn respecting them Figgy. They're gonna learn. They're gonna see you posted up with the owners, and then they're gonna think differently, man. So only a matter of time. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, but what I was about to say. Oh, speaking of Sexy Red, she been in the headlines again for something else too, man.
The sex tape, right?
Yeah, it was a sex video that was posted in her Instagram story, and apparently it wasn't her that did that. It was clearly her in the video. So that was posted. I guess it ended up getting deleted, of course. And she had tweeted. She actually tweeted not that long ago for the first time in a minute. But so this happened, I want to say October 5th or October 4th, one of these days, I forgot. But so her last tweet was I'm so heartbroken. Anybody know me? I wouldn't do that goofy-ish like that with the heartbreak emoji and the crying emoji, the tear emoji. And up until like 2 hours ago, that was her last tweet. Last Instagram story. She ain't post anything, and she's very active on social media. Like she was always retweeting people and all this other stuff. And it wasn't until 2 hours. Mind you, we talked about her on the Drake song, on the Drake album. And she didn't say anything about that feature until 2 hours ago. And that tweet was Thank you at Drake for supporting me all year and let me be a part of your amazing album. So that was the first thing she said since that last tweet. But it got me thinking, man. So she was getting a lot of support. People was calling the dude corny or whoever leaked it corny and all that stuff. But this had me thinking, man, because you listen to some Sexy Red songs and you know the content she puts out and the image she have. I thought it was a little bit strange that she tweeted that and just went ghost on social media. By the way, she cut her comments off too.
Yeah.
So she cut her comments off. She restricted her comments on Instagram as well. But I thought it was a little bit weird that this was the thing that made her go ghost because her music content and all that stuff. Because I seen the video came across my timeline a bunch of times. So I watched it. And it wasn't like a bad video where she was being completely embarrassed or something to be embarrassed about. It wasn't like, somebody was running a train on her or something like that. It was just something just so awful where it would have hurt her image. It was just her having sex with somebody and somebody was just recording it. To me, it wasn't nothing just god awful. And it seemed like it really got to her to the point she had to get off of social media. So it kind of had me thinking, like, I wonder, like, I don't think she's an industry plant. I'll say that. But I wonder if the image that she's really putting out is totally opposite of what she really is. Because somebody with her type of music and her type of image, you would think this was nothing. You would think she'd come back and say, this corny ass dude and, leak my video, man. That's so corny, and she would have kept going. But it seemed like she just got heartbroken and just, deleted. She ain't delete Twitter or nothing, but it seemed like she just was heartbroken and just got ghosts. And I didn't understand that because if it was like Cardi B or somebody else like that, or JT from City Girls, they probably would have just, they probably would have made some type of joke about it, addressed it, and just kept it moving. But it seemed like she had to run and hide for some reason. Like it was like a bad exposed video. So it kind of made me think, like, is she really about this life? Because like I said, it wasn't nothing egregious or something embarrassing. It was just a regular cup, like you was having sex with somebody and something personal. But I thought that was a little bit interesting, man.
Now, to be fair, I'll say this much: there is a difference between, a manufactured thing that you put out that you have editing control over, and you know what's being shown and what's being seen, and a private moment that you don't know is being recorded or put out there. There is a sense of privacy being violated, and I understand how that can upset somebody. To be fair. Now, yeah, somebody like Cardi wouldn't give a fuck. Cardi be leaking her own sex tapes, man. I don't think she really don't give a shit, man. So there's some people who really don't care, and some people who take private moments like that more seriously. Does that mean that she's not a freak like she talks about in her songs? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe some people just have different boundaries, and it got to her just because it was a violation of her privacy and she took it seriously. I don't know. That being said, if you're a woman, you're not going to be popping right now unless you're talking about the type of shit that Sexy Red talks about. Let's be real about it. Mm-hmm. So even if she wasn't like that in real life, she has to be if she wants to be one of the biggest rappers out.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but that's just reality right now. She's got to be that to be as big as she is right now.
Yeah.
So if she wants to win in music, you got to do that shit. I didn't seen the fucking Lil Tay girl come out and be all sexual and sexualized, and I don't think she even legal yet, man. She came back from the dead. She was supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
Now suddenly she alive doing little sexy videos and shit, man. Shit's crazy. So I don't know, man. It's a crazy world out there, and I'm sure she feel. I'm sure some of it is an act, man. Okay, because her songs are fucking raw.
Yeah,
Like really raw.
And see
So
that
I'm sure that's I can't all be true.
yeah, and see that's the part that got me though. Like I understand the privacy part, and looking at the video, it looked like she knew she was being recorded and stuff.
Mhm.
So she probably was just pissed that it was posted. So but the part that got me was it wasn't nothing like she was getting peed on or something just outrageous. It was just some missionary sex. And so it just kind of shot me from because of her image of what she portray. And like I would honestly, like as much as we talk about Meg, I wouldn't be surprised if Meg tweeted something like this, because she's very sexual in her songs too. But it wouldn't shock me if Meg said, "I can't believe somebody would do this to me," because she kind of like a sweeter. I feel like she's kind of a manufactured ratchet. She's not. I don't think she's a real ratchet in real life. Sexy Red come across as really ratchet in real life. Like it seemed like I would be surprised if I seen her in person, she was really ratchet as hell. So that's just the part that shocked me. I didn't expect her to kind of go ghost after this.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know I can't speak to why. It could be a lot of things. Maybe just something she was going through. I don't want to assume anything, but yeah, look, we know the rap game is fake, man. Okay, we know the rap game is fake. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors and acting and bullshit. So to say, I wouldn't even be surprised if she was like a prude in real life at this point, man. And she's just doing this to get on, because that's what everybody does at this point, man. You got people who grew up in the suburbs talking like they're hardened killers and gang members in rap. So compared to that, is what she doing much different at all? Not really. So I don't know. It could be true, but I just don't care. It is what it is. Unfortunate for her that it happened like that. It's weird that it happened from her own phone and her own account. But I don't know. Maybe that's why, because somebody she trusted had access to it and did that to her. So I don't know. Very strange situation. I don't know what happened. I can't say.
That's the other thing too, man. I think I want to say it was like a couple weeks ago. Somebody posted a video of her asleep in the bed.
Yeah.
And it was some corny dude just like taking a selfie video, like, oh yeah, look, Sexy Red back there, and all that. She was like clearly knocked out. And people jumped all over that dude, like, dog, you corny as fuck for doing this. Like, we expect a woman to do this, not no dusty ass dude. So she been kind of loose with that type of stuff. So it's not surprising, but yeah, I was just more surprised at her reaction.
Look, if she feels a certain way about that video being out, she needs to do what Jalen Green's team did with that video. Because I never seen a video get deleted off Twitter that fast, man. People were posting and it got deleted within seconds.
Yes.
I was like, I never seen that in the history of the internet. Something disappeared that quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, she got to get that team. Whoever did that, get them on that, because that was a real quick, clean job.
Yeah, she need to get that done, and then maybe get in a relationship with Michael B. Jordan or something.
Yep.
Like Jalen Green got in a relationship with Drea. He popped up with Drea, a 39-year-old Drea.
Oh, like, man. Wait, who did?
Jalen Green.
Oh yeah, he did. That's hilarious. Yeah,
I'm just like,
we ain't forget, man.
A lot of people was like, the PR team.
Yep, he got to sign the contract, 1-year contract.
They trying to clean him up a little bit.
Yep. That shit was too funny, man.
I see a couple of people.
HRW.
I see a couple of people saying, "Yep, yeah, he got her. That's his beard right there."
Got the contract, man. Contract was signed, 1 year with the opt-in clause. So HRW said Texans are starting to win. Now they getting bougie. That's why they wouldn't let you in the suite, man. Could be. I bet you ain't have any problems coming in during the Davis Mills years.
Nope.
But suddenly they locking shit down. So very curious. Suddenly the team getting good, and so
Yeah,
it's hard to get
it's
into
been
sleep.
like that, man. Like ain't nobody replying to emails, man. And ain't no tickets available. So it's a good thing to have, man. But I see what it is, man. I was out there every game last year when nobody was thinking about it.
Yeah. I feel that this is how the Astros fans who were there for the 100 lost game seasons feel now.
Mm-hmm.
They struggling to get a ticket, man. That should be packed now.
Yeah.
So, yep. What you get for supporting the team when it's shit. I would say withhold your support until they get good again, because you're just wasting your time thinking that loyalty gonna be reciprocated. Okay, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel Martinez is here from YouTube, man. What's going
up,
on,
man?
Miguel? Good to see you, dog. Yes, we did break down the Texans. We gushed over CJ Stroud and said he is the future. He is the man. He is him. He is that guy. He is that dude. He is that
Go back to the beginning of the podcast whenever you get the chance. And
when we're done, which will probably be pretty soon, go ahead, hit that rewind button on the Odyssey app.
You actually on the Odyssey app too if you want to listen to the podcast on the Odyssey.
Yeah, we're trying to collect the Infinity Stones of the podcast game, and we almost there. So
yeah,
check us out on there as well. Look, man, we're not going to speak for In the Loop and what they said about CJ Stroud. Okay, you got to ask who said that shit. All right, don't ask us why Landry and fucking and John Lopez said what they said. We don't know, man. Ask them.
Hey, listen, man, I got to say this too, man, because there's a lot of people that have been doing this as well. And look, we all was wrong, man. And look, I was a CJ Stroud guy. Like, I was fine with CJ Stroud. I knew we wasn't getting Bryce Young. I was perfectly fine with CJ Stroud. But let's be real, man. Nobody knew CJ Stroud was going to be this early in 4 games. So we all just got to relax on pulling up the receipts and all this other stuff, man. The team is good. Everybody's in a good mood. The vibes is good. It ain't no point to keep pointing fingers like, oh, remember you wanted Bryce? Oh, remember you wanted to trade the pick? Remember this? Look, man, the vibes is good, man. Everybody in a good mood. Look, I'm sure they admit they were wrong because they wanted Bryce a buzz, but everything looking good now. They fine with it. The one thing I am glad is I hate when people be wrong, but they still try to act like they're right, or hey, it's not over yet. When people be like, oh yeah, well, CJ, they try to make all these excuses. Oh, Bryce Young, he got the worst team, man. CJ Stroud only succeeding because of this and because of that. And they just try to cover up their wrongs. I don't really see nobody doing that. I think everybody just hop on the bandwagon. I'm fine with it, man. Like we said earlier, the vibes is good. The team is fun to watch. It's fun to go to work on Mondays now after a win. So, I think, look, man, I think everybody was wrong. Even myself who wanted CJ Stroud. I thought he was going to be good. I didn't think he was going to be this damn good. I didn't think he's going to be like a mile away from all the other quarterbacks. So, I think it's a whole bunch of wrongs we can spread around. But
yeah. I've seen people who straight up did not like the pick and spoke out against it and said he was the wrong guy. I don't see any of that anymore. They've admitted that they were wrong, man, for the most part. Yeah. Everybody who said they didn't like it, everybody who said they should have lost that last game and gotten Bryce, and they've come around and said they were wrong. I haven't seen anybody still beating the fucking Davis Mills drum. I haven't seen anybody beating anything like that, asking we should have got Bryce. No, everybody has admitted when they said that CJ Stroud is the guy. So, just admit when you're wrong, and don't get so caught up in, oh, you said this back in you said this back in April, you said this. Man, who gives a shit now? Okay,
we was all wrong.
Why are you looking for reasons to be mad? All right, we're winning. We're doing
at a time like this.
Yeah, there's always those negative vibes just piss me off, and I'm a negative ass dude, dogs. Trust me. So when I say you're going too far with this type of shit, not you in particular, Miguel, but just people who are like this, people who are always looking for an excuse to be mad and point fingers at somebody, even at times of success. You want to say, hey, you didn't believe in him. Hey, you didn't think this or that. None of us knew anything at that point, man. So don't act like you knew he was going to be this good either, all right? Nobody knew shit about CJ Stroud and how he was doing the NFL until he played.
Yeah. And if everybody knew he was going to be this good, he would have won number 1 overall, man.
Yes.
So like nobody expected this. I think it caught the NFL by storm. So I think we all should be drinking beers together, taking shots together, and just keeping the good vibes going, man. Look, man, I seen a lot of people say a lot of crazy stuff about CJ Stroud and is he smart enough and all this other stuff. And ain't no point going back down that road, man. I'm just happy the Texans got a quarterback, and HRW said well CJ or already is better than Deshaun. We actually talked about that a little earlier, man.
Mm-hmm.
But a real quick recap. I feel better about this stretch with CJ Stroud than I did with Deshaun in his early career. I don't know. Like, look, Deshaun was very flashy. He had some big moments that CJ probably didn't have yet, some big highlight reels. But he also had some bad highlight reels, man, where it was just it was either boom or bust. But CJ just super consistent, man. I feel like he put the ball where it needed to be. He ain't got the flashiest highlights, but he know how to play, man, and he been getting better since the first game. So I like this stretch more than the Deshaun Watson stretch. So
yeah, and it has to be said that Deshaun Watson had a better team around him as well. You know, CJ's doing this with the third and fourth stringers on the fucking damn near on the O line, man.
People that wouldn't even be in the league, to be honest.
Yeah. They're really turning shit into whatever good thing you want to turn it into.
Yeah.
Shit in the salad or whatever, man. Lemons and lemonade or whatever, how the fuck that shit goes. But anyway, he's doing more with less. And he's proven people are using him as a national example as why you can't use injuries as an excuse for quarterback play. You know, either you good or you not. And even if your line is injured, even if you're missing people, you know, there's no excuse for extremely poor quarterback play unless you're just a bad quarterback or mediocre. Yeah. So Miguel asked, can we put Lovey in the ring of honor for winning that game? We might have to, dog. Yeah. We might have to.
Man. And Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
Oh, for real, man.
Miguel said, I still don't know how Rocket bought into Watson and OB. Dog, I didn't buy into them, man. I said that actually, I did say they had the potential to win the championship because the way they were playing, you believed it, man. Okay. Don't act like they were acting like there were scrubs out there, man. All right. We didn't know the truth about Bill O'Brien. We didn't know he would become the GM and ruin the fucking team. Okay. We didn't know any of that. But that happened, and that was a downfall.
Yeah. And I think the knock on Bill O'Brien, or the thing that was keeping him around, was if he just get a quarterback, he just need to get that quarterback, then he'll be fine. And he did get that quarterback, and they were fine at one point. But it was mainly Deshaun Watson doing these spectacular plays that wasn't in the playbook that was keeping them hot, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
how does that Bill O'Brien quote go? Nobody cares, Brian.
Yeah.
AFC South champions 3 years in a row.
Doesn't matter what it looked
how it looked. Doesn't matter what it looked like, Brian.
That game was ugly too.
Buying to those shitty division titles, man. Oh, don't you wish you had a shitty division title right now? Huh? Tell me, look at the last 4 years of this fucking team and tell me those division titles were shitty, man. Okay? I miss those days. Well, kind of.
Well, I will say this, though, man. Let's say the Houston Texans win the division title now. I feel like that will mean a lot more now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Other ones, man. I feel like that will have a little more credit to it than the other ones that Bill O'Brien's bragging about.
Of course, man. You be happy about it because of D'Amico Ryans, a former Texans player. Like, there's so much better storylines with this team, man. Yeah. You got like somebody like a Tank Dell, like an underdog, undersized, somebody making plays going out of his mind. CJ Stroud, who was underdrafted at this point, really should have been first overall. And so many good storylines, man. It would mean a lot more if they won a division with where this team is at right now, where people thought they would be.
Yeah.
That would be huge at this point.
Yeah.
What up, Ernesto? Everybody coming through, Now, everybody, I guess they assume we start late because we usually do.
Yeah, I'm about to say we should have started at 9:30.
Right. Nah, it's all good, man. We fucking we're wrapping up almost. But what's up, Matt Wine Kenneth? What's up, Ernesto? What's going on? Hope y'all are doing well. We are basking in the Texans and how well they're doing after beating the Steelers last week. We're also talked about the Drake album and other things that happened in culture and hip hop and all that this week.
For all
and
the
that's me working really. I feel you, man. I feel you. It sucks to work late on a Friday, man. I feel you. I'm there with you. I've been there plenty of times. So always hit the rewind and enjoy the podcast in full whenever you get a chance, man. We appreciate you being here, though. Other things real quick before you end the podcast. Well, I want to talk about this Jay-Z thing, man, because it's been a big topic of discussion again. I feel we already talked about it at one point, but it's become a big thing again. It's an old interview that Jay-Z did. Miguel asked, what if they make an AFC championship game? Will Rockett say this is a better era than OB? Why do you think I'm married to the Bill O'Brien era, man? I just said that we had hope for the team. And we look with Deshaun Watson, we thought he could take us anywhere with how he was playing. So, of course, look, I want this to completely erase the Bill O'Brien era. I like D'Amico Ryans more than Bill O'Brien. Okay. I want him to erase the memory of the Bill O'Brien division titles and everything. I want a team coached by him, led by CJ Stroud, to go to the AFC championship game, which is higher than any Texans team has gone. Okay. I want that to happen. All right. I don't give a shit about the Bill O'Brien era. I'm just saying how we felt at that time. We thought it was possible, and clearly it wasn't. But we thought it could happen. But it didn't. I don't give a shit about Bill O'Brien. I don't care what happened to him now. I'm focused on D'Amico Ryans and CJ Stroud, okay?
Focus on the future.
But we're focused on the present and the future, man.
Yeah.
I ain't looking back no more.
Miguel bringing up receipts.
No, Miguel quit on the team at that time, man. So I understand he was frustrated. But look, man, we are beyond that. We are past that. And we're looking to the future. And I'm just excited that the team is doing well and we have a bright future ahead of us, man. That's all I'm saying right now, man. That's all. Let's get on the same vibe here, man. Let's stop pulling up the receipts. Let's stop talking about why somebody switched up and whatnot. Let's get on the same page. Everybody needs to be on the same page. Look, this fan base has been divided since Deshaun Watson, okay? Deshaun Watson crippled this fan base, all right? And we are finally past him, man. We can finally throw him in the trash and move on. And y'all still want to bring up old shit. That's the thing about the old days. They the old days.
Yeah, I need to put that drop in there.
Remember back in the days, man, them days are over.
We are past it. We are looking forward to the future, man, okay? This fan base has been through a lot. All right, we've been through a lot. The Deshaun Watson thing divided us. And some people were still divided on that until very recently. So we can finally put all that behind us and come together as a unified fan base, pulling for CJ Stroud and D'Amico Ryans. Let's do that, okay? Everybody get on the same page, man. All right, everybody get in formation, like Beyonce said. Mm-hmm. Let's just do this damn thing. All right, let's root for the team.
Let's do the mute challenge on the pass.
Let's do the damn thing, man. Everybody just keep the vibes chill. All right, that's all I ask.
Mm-hmm.
So let's play this damn Jay-Z clip, man, because everybody's been roasting Jay-Z for this comment he made. It's an old interview, man. I think it's pretty old, where he talked about how well, you'll hear what he had to say
from that space. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like you'll have people that where you come from, if you behave in a certain manner, that is not accustomed to where they are, right? Some people haven't evolved past 16. They still stuck in that place. But you evolving every year. Mm-hmm. So that may be a threat to them. Subconsciously or consciously, Kev acting funny because blah, blah, blah. You have to navigate that. Mm-hmm. You have cousins. You got to go home for Thanksgiving and people are talking to you like Kevin Hart. And you going home for solace. You want family.
You're going home for peace of mind.
You're going home for peace of mind.
And they don't give you that.
And your cousins in your grandma's living room saying, "Yo, man, I got this play. I want to. If you just give me You know what I mean? 4,800, I could make you 2 million. You like, it don't work like that, man. But you got to explain to him like, life isn't like that. Money isn't free, and no one's giving out opportunities. If it sounds too good to be true, it's really. And then he like, oh, you don't believe in my dreams.
Where did
from that?
So, Marx's Twitter got very upset with this, man. Okay. They said Jay-Z is worth $1 billion. Why can't he give his cousin 4,800 for whatever idea he's come? Look, if you see the tweet, the quotes and the commentary on this tweet, number one, the tweet that quoted it, like I said, this interview is pretty old. It was Jay-Z and Kevin Hart on Kevin Hart's little show or podcast, whatever it is. It said, I'll never get over a billionaire saying some bullshit like this. Okay. Number one, and I hate to be technical, Jay-Z's not like a billionaire. All right. Don't give me these Forbes list billionaires are fake ass billionaires, man. I'm not saying Jay-Z ain't got a lot of money, but you can't say somebody's a billionaire based on what you think their assets are worth.
Yeah.
And information you don't even have.
Yeah.
That shit's just a fluff piece to pump up Jay-Z and Rihanna and all these other people and saying they billionaires. You know, billionaires can own their own NBA or NFL or MLB team, you know, and these celebrities can't do that on their own without being in a group.
Yeah.
So I don't count. Look, y'all, billionaires being used very loosely lately, and it's gotten kind of cheesy, but whatever. Jay-Z has a lot of money. I'll say that much. Figgy, what is your take on this, man? I'll get your take first before I go off. Because what is your take on people being upset with Jay-Z? Do you think they have a point, or do you think they're being a little goofy with it?
I think they being a little goofy, man. Look, it's a reason why billionaires are billionaires. I always say this because you always see like the billionaires that look like we dress better than them, or they wear cheap shoes and stuff like that. They drive a cheap car. It's a reason why they're billionaires and they gonna be wealthy for their whole generation. They don't do stuff like that. They don't just give money out to their cousins unless it makes sense. And I think in this case, with Jay-Z talking about his cousin asking like, look, maybe his play or whatever didn't make sense. Maybe Jay-Z didn't really see it like that. And you know, if he did that and it didn't work out, then Jay-Z he just lost 4,800 or whatever the price his cousin was asking for. I think Jay-Z was thinking as a business person, because if I came up to you and said, "Hey, Rockett, I got this play. I think we can make a lot of money," and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna make a hot dog stand, and I'm gonna do this, do that, and we gonna make a lot of money." If you don't really see the plan and the end goal of that, it's your right to say, "Nah, I don't know about that." Like that's your right because it's your money. Because if you give me that money and it don't work, I probably won't be able to give you that money back. So you're out of that money. And you know, if Jay-Z do that for one person, he probably gonna do it for more people. And you know, that's how a lot of people go broke, man. They start giving out money and not getting anything in return for it. But I'm sure if this cousin of his had a really good idea and Jay-Z was really into it, I'm sure he would invest. He would, you know, get the money to his cut. He would do it the right way. He ain't just gonna write a check and say, "Here you go." He probably gonna help his cousin out any way he can and try to get piece of that pie, and that way everyone can get rich. So I don't fault him for that, man, because look, dog, it's that's the one thing I hate. So I had a friend of mine who I've been friends with for years, and just a little sidebar. One of my cousins that I really don't talk to as much, she's with John Wall. She got kids by John Wall, and so the first thing he said, "Oh dang, he ain't gonna break you off no money." I'm like, he don't even know me. Why would he just give me some money? Why would he just break me off a check? Like, first of all, I don't even talk to my cousin like that. So that would be a little weird if I just come out of nowhere asking for money. But why would he give me some money? Like I just felt like that don't make any sense. So I think people always had that mindset of, hey, it's this rich person right here. Try to get some money from them. And it don't work like that, man. A lot of people, and I'm not just saying this about John Wall, but just billionaires, like business people. It's a reason why they're rich, man. It's a reason why they're where they at, because they make smart decisions. And I feel like Jay-Z probably felt like he made a smart decision. He probably felt like that idea wasn't that good, wasn't worth giving him money for that. So I get it, man. That's a strong thing to balance, man. That's a real thing when people think you got money and your family always come to you. I got family come to me all the time now, and I'm nowhere near as wealthy at all. Like I'm still struggling, to be honest. But people see me on the gram and see everything I'm doing, and they just think I just got it like that. And I'm like, I ain't got it like that. Like I'm better than where I used to be, but I'm still struggling. So I think family in general think, if you got it, you get to take care of them. But how you going to help yourself too? Because I can't go to nobody if I need something. So I get where Jay-Z comes from. I never understood when people feel like, just because we related, you got to give me all this money. It got to make sense, man. Because if I just cut you that check, you might not even be ready for what you want to do. So that money might be gone. So yeah, I understand what he's doing, man.
Yeah, the defense people have for that is that, okay, billionaires, most of them, if they had an idea or something they got rich off of, they had people loan them money, they had investors, they had things like that. A lot of times it was somebody from their family who gave them money to start something up. And to that, I say, fair enough. I mean, Jay-Z himself started that way. He and Dame Dash had to release Reasonable Doubt independently because no major label wanted to take them. So they had to release that album independent. And they had to get a lot of people involved who loaned them money. And they had to do it the dirty way, man. But they found a way to do it. I think the key takeaway that people missed is that he's at a Thanksgiving dinner with his family, man. He's chilling with his grandma in this example that might not even be real. I don't even know this is something that actually happened. It's just a hypothetical example. It could be, but he's at his Thanksgiving dinner trying to hang out with his family and chill. And his cousin comes to him with some plan and says he needs $4,800 or whatever. Like, do you understand that's in an inappropriate place to ask for something like that?
Yeah.
And I'm sure Jay-Z has put a lot of people on and given a lot of people money for startup for something. People are acting like he's just some stuck-up billionaire asshole. And I don't know Jay-Z. I can't say he's not or whatever he is. But the example is what people missed out on. The fact that he's at Thanksgiving dinner trying to unwind with his family. And you would assume he doesn't have that many opportunities to do that. Yeah. And his cousin hits him up trying to get some money from him.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, man. People try to do things when they're close to you, they take advantage of something. There's still proper channels to go through, man. Okay. Even if you're the cousin, even if you're related, there's proper channels. You can't at least call or meet me during business hours or wherever I'm at. You got to do it at Thanksgiving dinner while I'm eating stuffing and turkey.
Yeah, I would take it a step further. I feel like if it's that really big of a proposal, come up with some type of PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot them an email, like make a presentation where you be like, hey, look, because you can't do that in the real world. You can't just go up to a bank and say, let me get $4,800. Or you can't go up to somebody else on the street and say, hey, I got this idea, give me $4,800.
Yeah.
You gotta sell them on your dream or your goal and see if they want to buy into it or not. So I think that's tacky on itself. Just, hey, I got this move, give me $4,800. It's just like, damn, you gotta be a little more professional than that, because Jay-Z, look, he used to be a street dude, but he's professional, man. He's a like he said, I'm a businessman. Oh, come to him as a businessman and do it the right way. And I'm sure Jay-Z will probably respect it a little more, and especially if it wasn't around Thanksgiving. But if you did something like that, man, I think he probably would be like, yeah, let's do it this way, do it that way. But just coming out with your hand out, man, that's always a no for me, man.
Yeah, nah. Like there are people who I respect who really got on Jay-Z for this shit. And I just think it's because they don't like him, you know. So fair enough. But there are people who just seem to miss his point completely and made up some stuff that wasn't like he just doesn't give money to anybody or is just some stuck-up asshole, man. And like I said, I don't know him, but the example is a context that they missed, man. And it was kind of silly how far they took it. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I don't care who it was. I wouldn't give my cousin $4,800 if I was a billionaire. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah,
It's about that's not the point he was making. It was just the environment in which he asked, and there's proper channels for that type of thing,
yeah,
man. And they were all ignored because you're my cousin, so you got to give it to me.
yeah,
And cousins, look, if I was a billionaire, I don't give a shit. The only people who could get guaranteed money from me are immediate family. All right, mom, dad, sister, that's it. Niece and nephews too.
yeah.
That anybody else, man, I don't know. Cousins, I'm close to like 2 of my cousins, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they could get something. Anybody else? Nah, y'all.
Nah, I feel you.
I'm sorry, but we went through some tough times, and not a lot of people were there to help us out. So, nah, I don't know about that, man. I'm with Jay-Z on that. Yeah, I don't care about your whatever plan, whatever play you got, man. You can't get me for that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I'm the exact same way because even when they brought up the reasonable doubt and how you had to get money from other people, all that stuff, I'm sure he ain't just walk up to him and say, "Hey, let me get $10,000 for this album."
I'm your nephew. Give me $4,800 to start this record label.
I'm sure he had to sell people on the dream and show people, "Hey, this album is going to be the best album that come out of New York." And once we put this album out, I'm gonna get a record deal. We're gonna get the money. I could give it back to. I'm sure he had to sell people on why he needed that money. It wasn't just like hey, I got this play and look out for me. So like even that part, man, I just look, man. If people want to ask for money like that, it wasn't like asking for $20 to go to the store or let me hold $10 or something like that. Come on, man. You gotta. I feel like if you want to be professional, you gotta come at them professional. Like I'm learning.
Man.
Like I've been learning that ever since I've been working in this business, man. Just if I have an idea, something like that, shoot somebody an email, and you don't just go up and just ask for money. You gotta, you gotta sell them a dream. You gotta tell them what you can do, how you can make money. All you gotta put on a presentation. And then, be like, hey, this is how much this costs. If I get this, then we can bring in this. Otherwise, it's like, well, no, I'm not just giving you anything. And I learned that too. Like a lot of billionaires are like that, or people that's rich are like that. P. Diddy said the same thing. Remember that meme was going around? Remember the H&M, the coolest monkey in the jungle or something? With the black dude.
Oh yeah.
And then there was like a false article or meme going around saying P. Diddy gave him $1 million to model for Sean John or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he cleared it up on the Breakfast Club. Like, why would I give somebody $1 million to take a picture? Like that don't even make sense. And to me, that showed that these millionaires, just because they got millions of dollars, don't mean they need to give it out. Like they got to be smart about that. Like you really got to be strategic about how you spend your money. Otherwise, it's gonna be gone. I know that sounds silly.
That's what happened to MC Hammer, man. MC Hammer looked out for a lot of people in his community.
A lot of cousins.
$30 million gone, dog.
Yeah,
you looked out for a lot of people, and it cost him. So, Jay-Z has used that example before. He actually got dissed by MC Hammer for it.
Yeah.
Hammer went broke, so I'm more focused.
Yeah.
Because unlike Hammer, 30 million can't hurt me.
Yeah.
So yeah, shit was crazy, man. Mad Wine Kimmis says, oh yeah, HRW says about that return of it on investment. Yeah, it definitely is, man. And maybe it's somebody you trust, you could just loan it out and trust they'll do something with it. But if it's brought up as a business plan, you would expect to see some kind of return from it.
Yeah, and I'm sure if it was like Christmas or something like that, I'm sure Jay-Z give out some expensive gifts or checks and stuff like that. I'm sure he's just not pure selfish. But it seemed like his cousin came to him as like a businessman, like, hey, let me get this and I'm gonna do this. It's like, nah, man, it don't work like that.
Yeah. Mad Wine Chemist says you will lose everything trying to put everyone on. You can tell if it's an investment if they come to you correctly. Ask to speak to him after the family gathering and present a well put together business plan. Yeah, exactly, man. And it kind of goes to your point that you brought up earlier, where if you mention that you're somehow related or connected to somebody famous, they assume that you got some of their money.
Yeah.
If you say so and so is my cousin or so and so is related to me somehow, or my cousin is married to so and so, they'd assume you got money. I'm like, man, how do you think that goes?
I'm broke as a joke. He ain't got nothing to do. He probably don't even know who I
famous people
am.
just give extended family money for no reason.
Yeah.
If you were related somehow, you just get their money, man. Come on, dog. It's never worked like that, man.
We over here struggling, man. Like anybody looking out for me, and to be honest, I got so much pride where I won't even ask for nothing. Like I just work it out myself, man. Like I'm fine. I'm blessed where I'm at now, but I'm not asking nobody for money just because. Like if anything, I would try to, do what I was telling Jay-Z's cousin to do, and maybe present something, and come up with some type of business plan where we all can eat. But I'm not just asking somebody for money, man. I'm past those days.
Yeah, it's like that. That Big Pun song. It's so hard, man. He was like, "What'd you say your name is again?" I know you from where? Elementary school. I don't know you, man. Like people just be crazy with that type of shit, man. Alan Gonzalez said, "Please with a cherry on top." Yeah, that's how you got to ask. That's all you got to go, man. When somebody's rich and you're related, just say, "Please with a cherry on top." Pretty please. And they give you money. That's as easy as it is, man. So look, I understand some of the concerns people are saying with, you want to look out for family in certain circumstances, but they really went, look, people just don't like Jay-Z. Okay, that's the thing. People just don't like Jay-Z. And this was an excuse to kind of shit on him. And look, I get it. It is what I'm not going to be on the Jay-Z defense force, man. But I thought their reasoning was silly. Like they didn't understand the point at all that he was trying to make.
Yeah. And I can see how it could be a little bit of headline porn too.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, billionaire Jay-Z won't give his cousin $4,800. that do seem like, it do seem really shitty. But if you look from his point of view, imagine how many people ask him for money.
Yes.
And like I said, he a businessman, so I'm sure he probably get a lot of people that's way under him going to him asking for money to do something or be a part of something.
The problem is we can't relate to being in his position. We relate to the cousin.
Yes.
So that's why people were in their feelings, because that's what we relate to. That's what we're more closer to, is the cousin asking for money, not the person giving it out. So
yeah. See, I think that's what it is. A lot of people just think billionaires should look out for their family all the time, and I think they do. I think they do look out to their family to a certain extent, and I think Jay-Z seemed like the type, if his cousin wanted to somehow work for him or get on some type of way, I feel like Jay-Z would do that. Will give him the chance, but to just sit there and ask for money, I think that's crazy, man. If I was in that position, I would be like, hey, cousin Jay or Uncle Jay, like, how can I work for Rock Nation with you? Or is it a way I could get an internship? Or because he could, if he could pull strings to get you anywhere. So I'm sure he probably won't get you to be the president of some company, but he could get you in the building where a lot of people go to school and still can't get in the building. So it's all type of other opportunities rather than just asking for $4,800, man. I don't even think it was about the money. I think it was just the principle, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But, people on Twitter always take things to the extreme. So HRW asks, is this the second cousin or seventh or 10th cousin? Yeah, I don't know how they were related, man. It could have been somebody he ain't even met before. But yeah, it was silly how far Twitter took it. I saw them shit on him for days, and people who usually agree with what they say and respect their opinion, they was just kind of going all the way left with it. But it is what it is, man.
It made me not want to get rich, man.
I want to be rich, but I don't. The thing is, it's like Tupac said, all I want is money. Fuck the fame. I'm a simple man. That's all I want, because most millionaires aren't famous.
Yeah.
Think about it, man. You don't know the name of most millionaires. That's where I would like to be. Just somebody who's rich but not known.
It's a lot in Houston, man.
Being known is a problem.
It's a lot in Houston. You ride around Houston, see some of these mansions.
Mm-hmm.
And you like,
you see fucking Lambos on the street and shit. Like, who the fuck is driving this, man?
It's a regular dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that probably a lawyer or a doctor or something like that, or could be a trust fund baby. It could be some old money.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn. I'd rather be something like that. But
yeah, I just don't want to be known.
Even at that point, man, like you still got the family, you still got them cousins you ain't hear from years.
Yeah.
And want to come down and see Uncle Boot, man, Uncle Figgy. It's just like, man, like I don't want to deal with this.
You got to have a burner Instagram for the flexing, man. You can't be posting the flexing on your regular account.
If I was rich, I don't even know if I had social media, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I will probably retire somehow, have some type of business and just have like a business account or something like that. But I don't even know if I'll be on social media.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. It's a risk at that point. We have something to lose to be on social media. So might as well just delete everything.
Yeah.
Last but not least, you want to talk about Colin Kaepernick. He apparently met with our favorite ex-wrestler, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Sidebar, man. I shit on The Rock a lot because I think he's super. Well, I shit on Dwayne Johnson. I like The Rock, but I ain't seen The Rock in a long time. But I'm not gonna lie, when fucking I saw the clip of him come out on SmackDown, I got hyped up, man. I still get hyped up seeing him come out to that music. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, and that shit done. I be getting hyped, man. That take me back to being 10-year-old, 11-year-old watching WWF at the time, Raw, seeing The Rock in his prime in like 1999 and 2000, man. I'm sorry, it does. I get hyped when I see that shit. So I feel like a fraud because I don't like Dwayne Johnson, but I like The Rock.
Yeah.
So he came back on SmackDown a few weeks ago. I was like, oh shit, I'm excited. I don't know. I feel like a fraud, man. No, but anyway,
see, Dwayne Johnson and The Rock are two different people. The Rock was
they really are, man.
The Rock, think about it. The Rock was super disrespectful.
Yeah, shit talker.
Shut up, bitch. He was a big time talker. But Dwayne Johnson is like a super nice guy, like super nice Russell Wilson-ish type of guy.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it rubbed people the wrong way a little bit. That's why it crosses a little fake.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Definitely. He's just a cheesy guy, man. Like I can't say look, there's much worse people in the world than Dwayne Johnson. All right. I'm not gonna act like he's evil or something. Just the act is corny. Sometimes I see the stunts he does, and it's like, why are you doing this type of shit, man? Oh, I went to the store where I used to steal candy bars, and I bought 1,000 candy bars to make up. Nigga, shut up, dog. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Just give them some money if you feel bad about it. Why buy the candy bar? So anyway, she was super corny. But anyway, he's the owner or some kind of lead role of the XFL. Apparently, he met with Colin Kaepernick, and he said the meeting went well, but he does not think that Colin will join the XFL. They talked about things. I guess he offered a position, a chance to come to the XFL, which might merge with the USFL. Apparently, I heard they were in talks to merge the two companies.
Yeah.
And apparently, he does not think it'll get done on Colin Kaepernick's end. So, what do you think about that news, Figgy? Do you think there's a chance Colin Kaepernick would ever go to an XFL or USFL type situation or not?
Nah, it's over, man. And it kind of explained what we kind of know already. Like this is leaning more towards clout chasing. And I didn't want to do that before, man, because clout chasing is when you put clout chasing with Colin Kaepernick, it kind of mean like he really wasn't about the cause. And I don't want to say that. I feel like he truly was about that cause. But just the whole, hey, they won't let me back in the NFL at all. And look at that, I'm blackballed. But you got a chance to, play your way into a league, and you not taking that opportunity. You want, like for years, he wanted a chance to start, and clearly that wasn't going to happen. So I felt like he'd rather sit out and not, join at all than to be a backup or, at least try out or something like that. And to me, it just didn't make sense. And now you got the XFL that's like, hey, we'll bring you in for sure, but you too good for that. It just didn't make sense to me. And I felt like if he was really about if he really wanted to play, he would play somehow, ball out, and get a chance to play in the NFL. Because look, remember PJ Walker, the Houston Roughnecks legend who balled out? He's in the league now, man.
Yeah,
he ended up getting picked up in the league, and it's funny. I think he played for the Browns now. I think he like the backup for the Browns. But yeah, man, like he made his way to the league. Now he bouncing around. So I just don't get it. I just feel like now him writing the letter to the Jets and all this stuff is just to bring attention to say, hey guys, I'm still around. Like, look at all these, look how bad this quarterback is playing, but I'm still here. Like, Doug, if you really wanted to play, you would have played anywhere. So I just don't get it, man. I don't understand.
Yeah, this is embarrassing, man. I said basically everything I felt about it on the last podcast. It's just sad to see it end this way because I always respected the fact that he sacrificed his NFL career for the cause he believed in. I'd rather him bring this attention to other issues that he liked to bring attention to, because him getting supposedly blackballed from the NFL is not the greatest injustice ever, man. Okay, it sucks for him. But I mean, you call the NFL like slavery and shit, man. You shitted on this league, man. Why would you want to be a part of it this bad if you hate it?
Yeah.
I feel. Do something else, man. You're still an important figure in history. All right.
Yeah.
But this just really sours it. And my thoughts go to he's trying to play this into something else. Maybe he wants to make a new documentary on how he's been unfairly blackballed. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just silly, man. And Elite, I respect Dwayne for even reaching out to him, because I'm sure he knew that Colin Kaepernick was not going to entertain seriously the XFL.
Yeah,
he still tried. So it is what it is. He's not going to play again, man. It's been going on 7 years since he last played. Look, it's over.
Yeah,
okay, it's over. So
yeah, and also too, if he hated the league that much, won't you try to go somewhere else? Try to show what you can bring to the league, and maybe they'd be like, "Oh, we need to start quarterback right now.
Yeah,
let's bring you in." But it seemed like he shitted on the job let's be real, got blackballed. You know, they ain't want to, nobody want to sign them. And now you still trying to get into the job that you shitting on. We see it all the time in this business. Like people leave the station and on their way out, they shit on the station so much. While they go on, they shit on the station. But then quietly they want to get back to the station because it was so good. They realize how good it was compared to the other stations they went to.
Or they lose their previous job and want to come back. So yeah, it is what it is.
So it's like why would you do that? So yeah, man, it's very disappointing. And I was a huge Cap supporter, man. Like
yeah, man. And it's also like, think if you were in his place, why would you want to come back and risk being embarrassed?
Yeah.
Because look, it's not like he's going to come in and light it up.
Yeah.
Let's say he does get a chance to play in an NFL game and has an awful performance. What's everybody going to say? See, that ruins your entire case for being back in the league.
Yep.
If he goes out to the XFL and stinks over there, everybody's going to point at him and say, hey, see why he's not in the league? Why would you even risk that, man? He has no intention to play. Like there's no positive that comes from him being back in the NFL. Honestly, after a 6-year layoff where he's not in the right shape. Look, he's probably in good shape by regular standards. He's not in NFL shape, man. You can't tell me he's been doing NFL quality workouts for 7 years straight since he last played.
Nah, he haven't. Man. And look, the game is way faster. It's way from when he last played.
So and it's not like he was an amazing quarterback when he left too. There's conflicting reasons as to why he was so bad in his last season. Fair enough, but it's not like he was great.
Yeah,
okay, we can all agree with that.
It wasn't like it was after that Super Bowl,
exactly,
and then that was it. So yeah, his last year in San Francisco was a little shaky.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's just unfortunate to see, man. But shout out to, I guess, Dwayne for even reaching out and entertaining it. But, you know, we knew it wasn't going to happen. So, we'll see where he goes from here, man. I'm sure we'll hear something from him soon.
I know we would have had a lot of supporters going to games to see him.
Exactly.
It would have been, I think it would have been a big deal. Hell, I probably would have tried to go to a game.
I would have at least watched the game that he played in, man. Like, let's see what Colin going to do.
Yeah, he would have created.
All it would take is one.
Yeah, he would have created a lot of headlines and everything. You probably had Jason Whitlock breaking the game down. He ain't taught sports in years. He'd be breaking the game down. If he was trash, he'd be like, "See, that's what. See, this is I forgot what he called him. He called him Martin Luther something. I forgot what he called him.
I forgot, but it was something kind of funny. I can't even lie.
Yeah, Martin Luther. It wasn't Martin Luther King, but it was something weird like that.
Yeah, it was something crazy, but I don't know. It's unfortunate that he looks this bad trying to pull these stunts. I don't know what he's doing. Like there's other things you could focus on as an activist rather than trying to get back in the NFL. But whatever. I don't know. I'm sure we'll hear more from him in the future. So we'll see where he goes from there.
Yeah.
Anything else happened this week, man? Anything else going on Twitter? I'm scrolling to make sure we ain't missed nothing that happened today. And I think that might be about it. You been watching any movies or any TV shows?
No, lately? I was about to start on this show called The Continental. That's on Peacock. It's pretty much a spin-off series, or no, it's a prequel series to John Wick. So, you know, the building John Wick was in, the Continental and all that stuff. It's the prequel to that. So I thought it was interesting. I never heard of it until somebody brought it up to me. So I'm like, damn.
Wait, it's like in the John Wick universe?
Yeah.
God, there's been John Wick somehow has become like the new MCU.
It is. I know.
The director was talking about like John Wick 7, 8, and 9. He has plans for like up to John Wick 9.
Yeah.
How this movie about somebody trying to get revenge for his dead dog turn into like its own cinematic universe.
What's funny is like, look, I enjoy the movies a lot because of the action alone, but let's be real, man. This shit is ridiculous, man. Like the stuff that be happening in these shows
Yeah.
is really ridiculous. It's strictly based off of the action in it for me. So I'm just like, oh, I just want to see how he killed people and all this other stuff, how it end. And yeah, and that's how it been the last 5 or I think it's like 4 of them. But it's starting to get really ridiculous to the point me and the wife, he was sitting there watching it. And I'm just like, how is he still walking around? Like this dude, he got some type of special suit jacket or something, it's like bulletproof suit jacket. This dude just getting shot up, stabbed, everything, man, thrown downstairs. And this dude's still up walking, man. I was just like, how is he doing this? But I like the action, man. it's enjoyable. So
yeah, sometimes dumb action is just fun, man. I like
yeah,
a lot.
You gotta take it
Dumb
for what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm not coming in trying to figure out the storyline and all that stuff.
Exactly. You just want to see cool shit sometimes, man.
Yeah, but yeah, they have a prequel show on Peacock. I think it's Peacock, called The Continental. I think it just started. I think it's only like 3 episodes right now. So I've been I'm gonna probably start it this weekend or something.
Speaking of dumb action, did you watch Expendables 4 with 50 Cent?
I didn't know.
ain't he in Expendables 4? I think he is. Yeah, 50 Cent was in Expendables 4 with Megan Fox for some reason. Like, what's going on with Megan Fox? Why is Megan Fox? I was watching some videos of the new Mortal Kombat that came out, and she's doing the voice of one of the characters, Megan Fox, and now she's in Expendables 4. I think they're making a new Transformers movie with her in it too. Where's this Megan Fox comeback coming from, man?
Hey, she's trying to show Machine Gun Kelly that she still got it.
Apparently, man. I don't know what's going on. I guess there's a new Weinstein in that's pumping these girls up. I don't know, man, but very interesting. But anyway, I saw Expendables 4 came out with 50 Cent. I just thought it was funny if anybody saw it. Yeah. I heard it was trash too, but of course it is, man. They're 70 years old at this point.
Yeah.
There's a new movie with John David Washington I kind of want to see. It's like a sci-fi type movie with it's called The Creator.
Okay, we was talking about that on the show. So CJ Stroud had a birthday a couple days ago. And they asked him what he do for his birthday, and he said he went to the movies with his family to see that movie. So I had never heard of that movie until he brung it up.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up. I'm like, oh, John David Washington was in it. And of course, ain't nobody knew who John David Washington was. So I had to kind of explain a little bit.
It looks interesting. I like sci-fi movies, man. I know somebody who saw it and said it was okay. So I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I'm at the point now where unless it's something amazing, I'm gonna wait till streaming, man. Because every time I go to see a fucking movie, it's like $20 just for the ticket.
Yeah.
These movie prices are out of control, man. That's DVD day one price.
Yes.
What the fuck? Movies used to be, look, I know we on an old man shit, but movies I feel like used to be under $10 to go see for a ticket.
Yeah.
And now they got all these charges when you order it, and then you don't get food.
Yeah. Just imagine going on a date to the movies now, man.
$40
plus, just to walk in the door.
Yeah. Then you got popcorn, then you got drinks, then you got candy or whatever the fuck else. They got real food there now too. Your girl might want some real food.
Yeah,
she might want some pizza or fucking chicken strips.
Yeah, they got a bar. They got a bar in there now.
Yeah, they got alcohol and shit. Oh, Alamo is crazy, man. Alamo's legit though.
What's Alamo? What they?
What's that?
Well, I saying what they got. Where is that at?
Alamo Draft House.
Yeah.
Alamo Draft House. I don't know exactly. They got a bunch of locations in Houston, but basically it's like a movie theater / kind of restaurant where you sit down. Like the screens ain't the biggest, but they big enough. And you sit down and they bring you like a menu and you say what you want. And then it's like real food. It's not like just popcorn and bullshit. You actually eat like real dinner food and shit.
Okay.
So it's really good, man. It's of course expensive as everything is right now, but it's really good. I recommend it. You gotta try it at some point. You gotta go to Alamo at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's some good food up in there, man.
Yeah, I went to iPick. I went to iPick, I want to say twice. And it's pretty much the same thing. It actually it's a little more intimate because you got like little cubbies.
Yeah.
So it's not like regular seats or a table. You got like a little cubby and it's kind of closed off. You got the pillows right there, got the menu. You can hit the button and the waitress come and you order food and all that stuff. And I'm scared to know how much that costs now because that used to be like $20 a person. 20, 25, somewhere around there. So that wasn't the typical. Yeah, so if a regular movie theater is 20, that's probably like 40 at this point. So but I went there twice and it's a good experience.
Yeah.
And they ain't got those, well, damn sure ain't got those in Cleveland because I tried it when I was here and I was like, damn, see, that's why Houston better. They got movie theaters like this. But yeah, those places be having like full bars, full waitresses, and all that stuff, full menu. So it's really cool. That's a good experience. That's something you got to do at least once.
Oh, definitely, man. Like I'm down for that if it's like a good experience, but the regular movie theaters be costing too much, man.
Yeah,
where it's like a regular ass. And that look here's a crazy thing. I'm so scared to go see a new movie at the movie theater and waste that money that what I do now is I see old movies that replay at the theater, man. Like they re-released an old Korean movie called Old Boy recently, and I wanted to go see that. That movie came out in like 2003.
Damn.
And it's one of my favorite movies, so I wanted to see it on a big screen finally. But that's what I do now, man. I go see movies that I've already seen like 20 years ago. And I'm like, I went to go see The Godfather with my mother at the movie as well. There's other movies that re-released that I wanted to see, but that's a safe bet, man. I'd rather see a movie I know is good than take a risk on a 2023 might be some bullshit.
Yeah.
And I waste that money. So yeah. That's the state.
Yeah, the only movies I've been going to see, to be honest, was like Marvel movies. Because that's kind of like a thing with me and the wife. We just, whenever a new Marvel movie drops or the tickets go on sale, she pre-order them, and then that's like our little date night type thing. That's kind of like our little thing. But outside of that, man, I haven't seen anything where I'm like, oh, I gotta go see this movie. Like let me get these tickets now. I gotta go see this. I just never felt that way. I just felt like I'm better off bootlegging it or wait till it drop on a streaming service.
Yeah, I mean it drops so quickly on streaming now that it really is pointless to go see the movie, man.
Yeah, sure. I think Barbie about to drop on a streaming service real soon. So I'm like, cool. I ain't got to go through the circuit.
Yeah,
trying to see it.
Speaking of which, they jacking up these prices again, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Hulu just increased. I canceled Hulu. I'm like, enough. I don't watch it.
Yeah, I canceled a lot of stuff, man. I'm like, man, look, we talked about it before. Groceries going up, everything going up. Where I'm like, man, Tidal. I'm probably the only motherfucker with Tidal at this point. And Tidal been screwing up. Sometimes it stop playing, and sometimes it go in and out. Where I'm like, man, at this point, I'm paying like $17 for this shit, man.
Man, Jay-Z sold it. You ain't got to support it no more.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Okay.
I'm seriously about to go to Spotify, man, because at this point it's not even worth it, man. He ain't dropping no damn album soon. And to be honest with you, man, I haven't listened to a Jay-Z album in a minute. I'm not like playing this every day. So I'm like, man, I'm fine without it, man.
Now, his music is on Spotify and Apple Music now too, man.
Yeah, so that's
there's really no reason. Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna jump ship. I just gotta talk to the wifey first because I think she got her own little playlist and stuff too that she used, and I don't want to just cut the cord and she be asked out. So I got to make an important decision. And the other thing too, she a teacher, so I'm trying to see if I could possibly get some with some type of teacher discount.
Yeah.
because a lot of teachers they get discounts for little
Mhm.
services like that. So yeah, man, I'm thinking about cutting the cord a lot of stuff. I already cut the cord. I cut the cord on Sling because I'm like the only thing I'm watching on Sling is ESPN and freaking I think she watched like HGTV or something. Like dog, we paying pretty much cable prices for that. They
Mhm.
got that up to about $60. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yep.
So I'm like, let me get the let me start hotbox and everything. Let me start legally streaming everything. Because this is crazy, man.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous, man. I'm cutting the cord on a lot of things as well. This is funny because this is what the cord cutting was supposed to be. Now I'm cutting the cord on cord cutting.
Yeah.
I'm cord cutting the cord cutting apps,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, you know that meme where you look at somebody and you snatch the mask off and it's something?
Yeah.
You snatch the mask off and it's cable.
Yep. No, definitely, man. These
Yeah.
prices are
All these damn
absurd,
streaming
dog.
services, man, you pretty much got cable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, nah, I'm good, man.
Yeah, it's getting crazy, man. So enough of this shit. I wish somebody would just buy out all the streaming and just pay one price instead of all this different shit where you got to subscribe just to see one show you want to see, then cancel this shit. It's getting annoying.
Yeah.
But whatever. So shit, that's all I got. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta run to the bathroom, man. So we gotta go and wrap that. I was gonna wait till 3 hours exactly, but shit,
Yeah,
I gotta go. We done anyway. So fuck it. Let's wrap this thing up. Appreciate everybody who joined the podcast tonight, man. Everybody who watched, everybody who commented. HRW on Twitch, Matt Wine Kenneth on YouTube, Alan, Miguel, of course, Ernesto. Everybody who dropped in and said what's up, man. We appreciate you. Troy on Facebook, Mark Nash TV on YouTube. We love y'all and we appreciate y'all. And until next time,
peace.